did too, but I was just.
Wait, is it in squads again?
It's in squads and solo.
Oh, because it was in duos the other day only.
Yeah.
I heard you say, "Oh my god," and I was like, "He just got the win." I'm so mad.
Oh, I did not think I was gonna get that. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the seasonal end of season results video. So this one is for season 9, of course. So we're gonna have to get right into it because this one could be a very long one, just like season 7, because this one had season 7 was like the Christmas season stuff, so of course there's a lot of like free gifts and whatnot. But this season actually had season 7 had the 14 days of Fortnite. But this season has had the 14 days of summer and all that other stuff. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down real quick. Um, we gotta get right into it because there's a lot to go over and also save the world. But real quick, this is probably the most I've ever accomplished in one season, which you will see why later on in the video. But for now, let's just get right into it, starting with skins. So if you guys don't know what these videos are, I basically just show everything I accomplished and did throughout the season on both Battle Royale and Save the World. So let's just start out with all the skins that I got. So first off is one of the two tier 1 skins, which is Rocks. Says keep it fresh, part of the Sky Style set, right here. So of course you unlock these by getting like different amounts of XP and fort bites and whatnot. But you start out as that, and people say this is a loser fruit skin because it looks a lot like loser fruit. Plus, it has like her strawberry kind of logo there. But yeah, that's stage 1. Stage 2, you get that, and then 3, 4, 5. So there is that. And then you can also get pink, purple, orange, and black. And then the secondary color you can get teal, blue, yellow, and green. But that's my favorite one. So pretty alright skin. Of course, they have like the poses, like most of the Battle Pass skins have now. Um, but overall, I wore like when I got new styles for her and everything, and haven't worn her much else besides that. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this skin. I just think it's kind of derpy looking in some parts, like her boots and her helmet and kind of whatever else. And you could say just take off her helmet, but then I don't know. I just she kind of has that Karen haircut or something. So that is that. But yeah, so Next up is Sentinel, which was the second tier 1 skin, but this one didn't actually have like styles. It has two styles, but it's not like the rest of like the tier 1 skins have been since like season 7, with a ton of different styles they unlock with like XP and whatnot. But yeah, at tier 1 you get this, which is literally like a robot chicken, as you can see his little talons and whatnot in his chicken face. And then at tier 99 you actually unlock the dark style, which is kind of like an anime robot or whatever, and I like that one better. But Sentinel: A New Era rises part of the Battle Dynamic set. Um, so next up is Bunker Jonesy, which was of course on the trailer. It is really just Jonesy, the character Jonesy, but like a hobo version that's been trapped in the vault, or not the vault, the a little bunker for a while. So he's got a beard, he's got painting all over the little Nana Nana sticker since he had to eat his best friend Peely. And then From doing the overtime challenges, you can unlock 3 loading screens, some XP, and a different style for 3 different battle pass skins. And this was the first one, basically an older version, probably teasing next season how it's going to be like time travel or something, as we have seen from the three teasers so far, because I'm filming this on Wednesday, or Tuesday, I mean. So yeah, final teaser comes out tomorrow. But yeah, that's him. I like the original one better, but yeah, it's default in age, and it says debunked, part of the Bunker Days set. Um, so yeah, so next up is Vega, which is, where is she? Oh, here she is. So it says Vega, a lone force of vengeance, part of the bounty hunter set. So yeah, so here she is, right there. That's actually her second style, which I like the best, but you can also get yellow there. And then the final one is teal. But yeah, I like the red one the best. Um, Same with her pickaxe and back bling. And then Stratus right here, which at first from the front, I was pretty excited to get when I got the skin. I was pretty hyped to get the skin, and I liked it. But then in game, you see it from the back, and it's like it doesn't look like he has a neck. And I don't know, like his long Jason Derulo shirt. And I'm just not a huge fan of this skin, but he's all right, I guess. But he is actually reactive. I don't know if it says he's reactive. Oh yeah, it does. But yeah, it says venture into the Eye of Danger, part of the Stormstalker set, but he actually like shows you where the storm is. So it's, I thought when I first saw it, I thought it was gonna be like the Eye of the Storm Tracker thing, that never like fully came to the game. And I thought it was gonna be like pay to win, uh, but it's not like that. It just shows you where the storm currently is, so it's not too useful. But yeah, so that is him. And then the second thing you got from the overtime challenges is of course the red version, which I do not like this style. He looks like some sort of Gucci, like just robbed a Gucci store or something. Um, but yeah, and then on his arm, as you can see that on upside down, it actually says time right there. Uh, so yeah, but I don't know. I don't really like that style. It's pretty weird. Uh, but then next up is Demi here. I call it the Sniper Wolf skin. Um, Gamer of the Year. This is the only style from this season's overtime challenges that I actually like better. Because this skin I am not a huge fan of. I know a lot of people really like it, but like me and Brayton really just don't like this skin. I don't know. Just she's like, I think she's just overly like skinny, and it just looks like weird. Like her head looks like too big for her body, and then also like just her arms. It looks weird when you're doing because her arms are just like sticks. Uh, but yeah, kind of one of those over sexualized skins in Fortnite as well. But yeah, so then she's got this headset on, some weird tattoo things, and this bun. Also, when you're running this bun, it like bounces around. It's really weird. But yeah, so that is that. But then the style, still not a huge fan of the skin, but it is definitely better. Of course, I love blue, like cyan and stuff. So yeah, so she's blue. She's got like kind of metallic like designs on her dress thing. Um, but yeah, and yeah, her cybernetic arm is blue. But yeah, so that's the night version. And her description is armed with the power of the dragon, part of the Scarlet Dragon set. But that is Demi right there. So yeah. Um, and next up is Vendetta, which is this season's Tier 1 skin. Of course, definitely made up for last season's, which is this. Uh, I wore her a little bit when I got gold, like for a couple games. But yeah, I already talked about her last season. I worst Tier 100 skin, no cap. Um, but this skin, at first, I honestly did not like it, but I have to say this is my new favorite skin in the game. Of course, you guys knew it was like Ragnarok, and then Spider Knight, and then last season it was the White Master Key. But now it is this guy in this like style. Um, but yeah, a lot of people don't like this skin. They're saying it's like one of the worst Tier 100 skins, but I do not think that. Honestly, he's probably one of the most like for the people that really care about like skinny skins or whatever. Like for a male character and a Tier 100 skin, he's actually pretty small, and slim. So yeah, so there he is. As you can see, he's got like a cool like devil kind of face, and then of course cyan and black. That's like exactly what this is. I love how it fades off to black, and it just looks so cool. And then he's got like these, which aren't really flames. Me and Bridget were thinking they like contained plasma, and that's what those are. But it's also on his boots there. Um, but yeah, and his description is upgrade and override, part of the suit up set, and then he's got all these styles. So you start out as this one. Really, I don't like him until this style, this stage, like these two stages. So I can understand he's not a great tier 100 skin until then, but yeah. But the first one, like, rolls up his pants. I think it kind of looks weird around there. He's got some grandpa shoes, and his ankles are showing. It's kind of weird. But yeah, that's him stage 1, and then stage 2 there, he gets the hood. Stage 3 gets the mask and some, like, his leg armor and whatnot. Gets those mega thick thighs. Um, and then he gets, like, the armor, and then he gets the flames there, or the plasma. And then for the colors, you can get teal, light orange, dark gray, and white. And then secondary color, you can get red, orange, neon blue, and green. Uh, but yeah, you can just overall, you can make a lot of good color combinations. This is probably my least favorite one. I call this one the caramel apple. I mean, he's over here looking like a caramel apple. Um, but yeah, this is my favorite stage, of course, just the dark gray and that. This one's alright too. I just don't like how much like his thighs kind of stick out from the rest. But yeah, you can just make a lot of styles there. But yeah, and he's got a cool pose, and absolutely love that skin so much, along with the rest of his set. We'll talk about them more later, but yeah. And then next up is John Wick. Yes, the official John Wick, of course, from the John Wick event. I played with him on that video and everything. But yeah, it is the John Wick skin, not the Reaper John Wick skin. But yeah, it says every action has consequences, part of the John Wick set, and yeah, he didn't originally have this pose, but now he does because they're starting to every once in a while they sell skins in the shop that have poses. And I believe this guy was actually the first one, even though he didn't originally have it. Um, Actually, I believe Tempest was, and then once Tempest came into the shop, then John Wick got this pose. But yeah, he's actually holding an item, which none of the other skins like actually hold anything in the locker. Yeah, so that is John Wick, and I mean, how could you not love him? He's John Wick. He's Keanu Reeves, like the most loved person on Earth right now. Um, yeah, you got default and then damaged with bullets stuck in his suit and everything, and just yeah, very damaged up there. Um, so yeah, so that is him. Next up is Tempest, and you guys know I buy most of my stuff on Battle Royale now with Save the World V-Bucks alone. Um, this was a big milestone because this is actually the first legendary item I have ever bought with Save the World V-Bucks alone. Literally saved up 2,000 V-Bucks and got this guy when he came out. But yeah, he was on one of the loading screens and came out. Because this season, all like the weekly loading screens, they weren't really like a storyline. They were just kind of teasing like item shop skins that are going to come out within the next few days. And this was one of them. So yeah, so he's literally like the storm itself, physical embodiment of the storm pretty much. But yeah, it says consumed by the storm, back for revenge, part of the Raging Storm set. And I say this is kind of like one of my skins because the first time I lost got a second place solo was because it was way back in season 4, and it was because a guy I was like a complete bot and I didn't build over his simple little wall, and he trapped me back in the storm, and whenever we're doing Zone Wars, sometimes Brayton tries to do that, and I get PTSD. Um, yeah, so I say I'm consumed by the storm back for revenge. Um, yeah, so that is him. I just absolutely love him. He's animated. He's got lightning sparking around, and he's got this animated storm arm and this really cool, like, Mysterio kind of, like, head. And then, like, this cool, like, mesh kind of stuff. And then, yeah, some weird tube things back there. But yeah, just very cool skin. He's got his cool little pose there. And then the secret skin from the season. So I guess this is a good time to talk about this, which is this season instead of the big thing, instead of weekly challenges, for the first time ever is something else, which is fort bites, which basically just every day there is one new fort bite, and then you also got fort bites for completing certain getting a certain amounts of XP or reaching whatever tier or whatever. And there's up to 100. So yeah, you can just see. Oh, I better put my party on private so nobody joins. Um, where do I even do that on Battle Royale? I've only been doing it on Save the World. Um, yeah. So um, um, um. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Haven't done it on Battle Royale in forever. Yeah, so this season to get Singularity, you actually had to get 90 fort bites, which it used to be for completing 7 weeks challenges, and then last season it like went up to like around 8 to 9 weeks. Um, or actually with season 7 it went up to like 8 or 9 weeks, and then same with Ruin in season 8. But now it was 94 bytes, which actually was during week 9, I believe. So yeah, they're just like making it go longer and longer. But there's actually one of the fort bites real quick. Can't remember, three of them were placed top 10 in solos, duos, or squads certain amount of times. Um, but they actually updated them, and originally they were placed top 10 in solos, duos, or squads. I believe 25, 50, 75, and 100 or something like that, which me and Brayton literally sat there and grinded out. And Brayton actually placed top 10 75 times, and I literally did the whole 100 times. I placed top 10 100 times to get that fort bite, and literally the next morning they updated it, and then it was only like 15, 25, uh, 35, and 50 or something like that. So yeah, so now this is the max one. So that kind of made me mad that I placed top 10 100 times, and then it was just like, oh, actually you only have to do it half that many times. So yeah, I did it 50 more times than I had to. But yeah, and then once you got it all, you got unlocked this, which is basically Bunker Jonesy just painting and drawing out all the events that have happened so far in Fortnite. You got the Monster's Eye, you got the mech being built right there, a battle bus, tilted towers, the asteroids, the rocket, Kevin the Cube, like a rift or something. Um, you got the Ice King right there, going all big and covering the map. You got the in snow the vault, the volcano, the monster. I believe that's a marshmallow event. And then underneath of him, once you got all 104 bytes, you got a loading screen, which I will show later. But yeah, so anyway, for getting 94 bytes, you got Singularity, and she has all these styles. So first off, you unlocked her at 94 bytes, and then at 95, you got stage 2 there. So yes, that's stage 1, and then stage 2, and then at 104 bytes, you got the helmet with the final stage, and it says default upgrade, and then upgrade with helmet. And then as soon as you got her, unlike the prisoner where you had to get something the day where you had to get the key the first day, and then like a week later, you could start the campfire and get stage 2, and then you got like the final stage. Um, Another week later by like um doing whatever else it was. Um, but yeah, once you unlock Singularity, you could go on the map and actually, if you watch till the end, you'll see all the pictures and whatnot. But yeah, part of those is all the helmets. You actually went around the map and collected helmets, and you could get all the different styles. And my favorite one is just this style. Um, but yeah, you could unlock all the styles that actually made up the mech, which is of course Cuddle Team Leader, Rex, Drift, Beef Boss, and Tomato Head. So yeah, so then you got Cuddle there with a little logo on her arm, and yeah, that there, and then Rex. Out of all these like character styles, this is probably my favorite, the Rex one. Um, but yeah, and some of them like changed a little bit throughout them. You got like stripes there and whatnot. And then you got Drift. They're pretty darn cool, and they're probably my second favorite one out of all these like styles here. And then you got Singularity, kind of reminds me of Criterion. Um, and then Pizza. Not really a big fan of these two, but yeah. So that is Singularity. Overall, she has grown on me. At first, she was my least favorite secret skin, but she definitely has grown on me. I just didn't like her because like her helmet is just like it's like almost completely pink, and then there's not much pink on the rest of her. But yeah, overall, she is definitely not my favorite secret skin, but I think she's definitely like top four, I'd say, um, if anything. And then you got everybody was saying it was gonna be the Neo Legends pack bundle this season, but it actually ended up being the Shadows Rising set. So yeah, so you got the Perfect Shadow. Of course, these come out like every season now. They're just like different variants of already existing skins. But yeah, this Perfect Shadow says become the ominous shadow, and yeah, so there's him there. Um, these ones are all like black and white and whatnot, like shadows. And then you got Shadow Scully here. So yeah, so I was wondering what they're gonna do because usually in packs all the skins are the same rarity, like they're either all legendary or all epic or whatever. But originally this Cloak Shadow was only he was an epic skin, but then the original Shadowbird and Scully were, or I mean, Sunbird and Scully were only rare skins, so they actually just upped these two to epic, even though they don't even have styles like the original ones. Yes, that is Shadow Scully there. Pretty cool. She looks like an assassin. It says Eclipse the world with stylish domination. She's actually part of the Skull and Bow set. He's part of the Sun Soldier set. There's not like a Shadows Rising set. Um, yeah, so then this is Shadowbird. Says fly in light, live in the eclipse. Yeah, that is her there. Um, yeah, so then next up is Clinical Crosser. Yes, I finally got a soccer skin. Um, so it says represent your country and style, part of the Goalbound set. This is my favorite one, just because, I mean, it's the USA, North America where I live, and I put 50 for the 50 states. Yeah, of course, just like the football skin that I showed whenever I got that, like Season 6 or whenever that was, you can change the numbers like 1 through 99, and then you can put any of these flags, including like a Fortnite team. So that is that. Um, yeah. And then I got Cryptic. I actually got him the second time he came out. Because the first time he came out, I just got the wrap and didn't have enough for the skin. But I mainly want him for his back bling. But I do really like the skin actually. I think he is a pretty cool skin. From the back, he kind of looks a little top heavy. His legs look a little too small, but yeah, he's a pretty cool skin. I kind of wish his eyes instead of yellow, because yellow kind of just it doesn't match the rest of him. I wish they're like pink or something, but yeah, he's got like these cool like skull or like skeleton hands and leg designs and arms, and then just really cool kind of techno. Since season 9, season 9 definitely had like the best wraps out of any season and stuff. Like most of them were animated, but I just really love like all the like futuristic styles of everything. So that is Cryptic, says Master of Mystery, part of the Cryptic set. We are doing pretty good this episode with remembering to read all the descriptions in sets. Usually we forget and we have to go back through and read all of them. Yeah, so next up is Wild, which is the starter pack. And ever since with Laguna, the starter packs have been starting to come out. They usually came out during week 7, but now they're starting to come out like during week 2 or whatever. So got her a while ago, but yeah, that is Wild. Um, Honestly, my least favorite starter pack of all time yet. Mainly the main reason I got her is because $5 for 600 V bucks. And why not get an epic skin and epic back bling for that as well? Yeah, I don't know. She just looks like I don't really know. Like I don't know what's going on with her stomach there. She's wearing like some, I don't know if that's supposed to be her skin, but it looks like an onion or something. Um, yeah, and then she's got the zebra coat, and then whatever she's wearing on her legs. Yeah, so that is Wild. And it says more than a little wild, part of the White Tiger set. So that was the starter pack this season. Um, or the skin from the starter pack. But next up is Desert Dominator. I was really hyped for the skin when it first came out. But once I got her, she's still, I think, one of the best like default reskins. Um, she's not like as good as I thought she was gonna be. Just if you guys see like her like her picture in the item shop, she looks really really cool. I don't know if it's the lighting or what, but yeah, she's still a very cool skin. It says battle tested munitions expert, and Brayton actually, I didn't have enough V bucks at the time, so Brayton actually gifted this to me, and then I was gonna gift him the Bullseye reskin Toy Soldier skin, but then she was taking forever to come out. So Brayton said once the Drift Stream Glider or whatever came out, that was also 800 V bucks. So he decided that he wanted that. So I gifted him that, and then he had enough V bucks to get the Bullseye Toy Soldier. I believe he got her. I can't really remember, but yeah. So got him that. I gifted him that, and he gifted me this. But yeah, she's got like cool tattoos, and then the yellow and black, and yeah, do like that skin quite a bit though. And then next up is Garrison. I was trying to like figure out if I even got this skin this season because it felt like forever, but I think I got him like right at the beginning of the season or something. Yeah, Garrison. I've been planning to get him for a while. Finally got him because I had enough V bucks and he was in the shop. Yeah, so that's him. You guys have probably all seen him. He's been out for a while. Yeah, he's got like tattoos and then like a little bullet chain around his arm. Yeah, pretty cool skin, pretty good for uncommon. And branded brawler next. These skins are hyped up forever. As you can see, he doesn't have selectable styles, but you can actually change the styles. And if you actually think about it, these skins actually probably have more selectable styles than any skin in the game. Even though they technically don't even have selectable styles. But yeah, so Banner Brawler, customize your look by choosing a banner and color in your locker, part of the Banner Brigade set. And this is my main one. You'll figure out why in a second. But yeah, so of course I got the cyan color on it. And he's got like cool shotgun shells around there. But the reason I got this one is because the other boys, like their arms, like just looked unnatural for whatever reason. And then the girls, their hats just looked like weird, like looked like it was squeezing the brain off, and also like they're smaller, so you can barely see the banner icon on the girl characters. So I just got this one because he's like the most like flat, broad chest, so you can see the banner icon, and it's also on the back of their hat there and their back. But yeah, I just think a pretty cool looking skin, but also you can change the banner icons. And if you're wondering how you do that, of course you just go into your banner icons and let's just put Peely on, and as you can see, now he has Peely on, and then you can also change the colors there, and yeah, you can see that. So yeah, that is that. So that is pretty darn cool. Um, so yeah, those skins were hyped up. I was so happy when they finally came into the shop, and also I thought they were gonna be rare. I didn't know they were gonna be uncommon until the day they came into the shop. So yeah, so definitely very good rarity there. And then Breakpoint, honestly, probably my favorite bundle that has ever come out. Um, even out of even out of starter packs, any like the Legends packs. Because I really do like the Frozen Legends and Molten Battlehound or whatever. But I guess I should just say like out of like starter packs, so she wasn't a starter pack, she was just like an extra seasonal pack. Um, but yeah, so that is Breakpoint. So yeah, so basically what happened with this skin is, for whatever reason, it took like a couple days extra to come out on PC. So I was trying to log into my account on Brayton, on the Xbox. So I logged Brayton out, and then I was trying to log myself in, but it didn't work. So I tried logging Brayton back in, and then he was on a default account with nothing. And of course, we spent like hundreds of dollars on our accounts. And so yeah, so that was pretty horrible. But then finally, after me and mom were trying to like contact Epic Games and Fortnite in any way possible, we finally got a response, and this guy sent like some instructions to my mom, on how to fix it. And yeah, I went through, and it was a lot of steps, but I actually managed to get Brayton's account back. It was about 4 or 5 days that Brayton didn't have his account. Um, but yeah, so definitely never doing that again. I guess I'll just wait until then. But the reason I was trying to is I needed to get some V-Bucks quick to get Mecha Team Leader. And there's actually a glitch on Xbox where if you got the set, the Breakpoint bundle, you didn't have to complete 7 weekly challenges to get all 1,000 V-Bucks. You just instantly got them for whatever reason. So I was trying to do that, but so yeah, so I just ended up getting her the next morning, and I had to complete 7 daily challenges to get the 1,000 V-Bucks, but I still got Mecha Team Leader. But yeah, so it says Disrupt, Distract, Dominate, part of the Waypoint set, but I absolutely love her, of course. Like, she's like cyan and black, like my favorite color combo, and she's all animated. She's got this little monster thing, then she's got the like scan line kind of effect all over her, and then she's got this cool effect on her legs. But yeah, of course reskin of the Waypoint, but I think this is way better. Absolutely love that skin. Of course, you can't. She doesn't have the selectable style to like take her hat and headphones or headset and mask off, but it doesn't really matter because I think she looks a lot better like this. She'd probably look weird if you could take that off. And then last but not least for skins is Mecha Team Leader. Of course, literally a skin of the mech, and every time you switch to him or do anything, he does his emote. But yeah, this is the first skin they actually sold in the shop that has an emote that you can only use with that skin. Of course, Giddy Up, he has an emote that you can only do with the skin, same with Yeehaw. But yeah, Mecha Team Leader, it says some assembly required, part of the final showdown set, but then includes the built-in turbocharged emote for Mecha Team Leader, no need to equip separately. But yeah, I absolutely just love this. Like, it's just so. I thought that everybody thought the mech was gonna be like a lot more cool looking, but I honestly kind of like this better because it's just so Fortnite and unique and everything. But yeah, I mean, she's literally got like slippers, or he or she or whatever. But yeah, he's got like slippers and a Durburger leg or a Beef Boss leg, a tomato head leg, and then a Rex arm with like a little Rex head thing there, and then this arm is actually Drift, and then he actually has half of like Drift's collar on, which I kind of wish it was just a full collar. It's kind of weird that it's half. And then the top part is of course Cuddle Team Leader. But yeah, just really cool skin. It's just not too practical because in game, I will admit, of course, I don't really care about like too big of skins or uh, blocking my view or whatever. It's usually not a problem. But this one, if you're holding, like if you saw in the event video for this, you saw like when I was holding a burst SMG, like some weapons you can't even, you can barely even see them. Like you can just see the corner of them when holding them with the skin like aiming down sight. Um, so yeah, so definitely not a super practical skin, but very, very cool skin there. So that is it for skins, but one last thing I want to show is Fish Stick. He actually got two new styles this season. So of course, first season, season 7, I didn't buy him there. I actually bought him the day of season 8 started when most people bought him, I'd say, because he got the pirate style. And then I thought that me and Brayton thought that they're just gonna give like one style for each season. So then this season, around like week 3 or so, they gave the VR style. So yeah, so this is the new style. He's got this little VR headset with like a fish bone on the back, or fish skeleton, and then these moving little eyes, and then he's also got it on the front, and then cool colors and everything. Looks all psychedelic and whatnot, but yeah, so you got that style. But then actually, you got the first ever exclusive skin style. Ever in the game so far. So if you logged in over the World Cup weekend or whatever, you'd get the World Cup style. So yeah, he's actually got the World Cup battle bus on his arm, and then just really cool colors. So it's basically just like the default fish stick, but with different colors. But yeah, just really really cool. So yeah, so he's literally blue skin with a back bling. I mean the back bling's not that good. He's only goes well on some skins. But I mean, as you guys know, Fish Stick is like one of my favorite skins, ever since I got him, and he now is even better that he has 4 styles. Um, so yeah, so that is Fish Stick there. So yeah, so now on to back blings. So first off, starting with Hot Wing. So with the Fort Bites, not only did you unlock like different styles for skins, but that's also how you unlocked like all the like pickaxes and back blings for skins. Some of them were unlocked in the battle pass, but like you could unlock like skin emotes and skin back blings and whatnot. In From Fort Bites. So real quick, I forgot to show it with the Mecha Team Leader skin, the built-in emote. So when you're using this skin, as you can see, I don't actually have the emote in my locker, but right here you can see that you can actually do it here. So yeah, so that's it. And then as you can see, no matter what you do, he just does it whenever he gets the chance. So we're not going to use him, else then he's just going to be emoting the whole time. So yeah, so this is the Hot Wing backbling. It says Sear Through the Sky, part of the Battle Dynamic set. And again, you guys know I don't usually care about big skins, big stuff that blocks vision. But I will admit, Sentinel with his backbling is my first ever skin that I will say that I'm not a huge fan of using because of how god dang big it is. As you can see here, when you're like walking around, like it's just huge. Uh, so yeah, it's really cool, but I will even admit that it's huge. But yeah, so for this, you got the white and the dark. So yes, that is the white and the dark there. So yes, that is that. Next up is Backtracker. Here, which is kind of like a little like rover type thing, and it actually has like a little Kevin the Cube kind of thing. I think that's supposed to be. But yeah, this is what I thought was gonna be like the Eye of the Storm Tracker back bling, but yeah, it kind of just shows where the storm is currently, so it's not too useful. But yeah, it says features real time storm data, part of the Storm Stalker set, or Stalker set, and yeah, reactive of course. And then backboard. So of course this is from the downtown drop event where every day or every 2 days or whatever, in the downtown drop creative LTM thing, you could do a like certain challenges around the map while playing, and you could unlock the back bling, and then you could unlock all these different styles for it. So yeah, so first off you got the default one, just the black skateboard, um, and then you got Peely here on his board, and also change the colors of like the wheels and the trimming around the edge there, or the wood layers, and then you got Cuddle there, and then Disco, and then Drift. Holy cow, everyone wants to play with me right now. Drift there, and then you got the first fish stick one. There's actually 2 fish stick ones, but yeah, this one is just his arm and it says hi, and by the way, the description is decked out, part of the hang time set. Um, So yeah, so high. And then you got food with all four of the food mascot sets and Biobro or Biobros, or however you pronounce it. I still have no idea. I'm not gonna buy him anyway, even though I have the other three. But he's supposed to come with four styles, but he was leaked. I believe even before the 14 days of Fortnite stuff, and he still hasn't come out. There's a lot of cosmetics now that have been leaked and just never came out. So I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're just leaking too much or making too much cosmetics that they just never get around to sending them out. But I just don't feel like they would scrap that skin because they do scrap some stuff and just change it into something else or never send it out or whatever. But I just don't feel like they'd do that with him. But then you got Kevin. This one is a very cool reference, how they actually took the fan name of Kevin for the cube and put it into the game. But yeah, you got a little picture of Kevin the Cube, and you can see there's even some of the runes on there. And yeah, it just says Kevin there. And then you got Rex, just like a giant, like Godzilla-like Rex destroying a city, and there's like tanks and stuff there. And then you got probably my favorite one, honestly, the Slurp. There for Slurp Juice, of course. Just really like the colors and everything. And then for completing all of them, you got the Sweaty, which is a fish stick dramatically lifting a weight with his shrivelly arms, and it says Sweaty. But yeah, so that's for unlocking all of them. But yeah, so what I don't understand is this was part of the Hang Time set, the Michael Jordan, uh, or the Jordan event, kind of uh, um, the Jordan event kind of promotion thing, and for whatever reason, the downtown drop LTM and the back bling and everything, it all has to do with skateboarding. So it kind of seems like it was some sort of, kind of almost seems like it was more of a collaboration with Tony Hawk or skateboarding or X Games or whatever. I don't even know. Um, but yeah, so don't really know why that was all skateboarding instead of like basketball stuff. But yeah. So next up is Go Bag. Of course, this came with the Vega skin from getting some fort bites or whatever. It says always ready per the bounty hunter set, and it's basically just a little bag with like a machete type thing. But yeah, of course, again you got yellow, red, and teal. Of course, red is my favorite one. Again, and then you got the Nana Cape, which of course you can wear with Peely. There's so much banana things in the game now. But yeah, it's kind of messed up to wear some of this stuff on Peely because it's like banana parts. But yeah, you can see it's literally just made out of banana peel. Sadly, it's not reactive like most of the other banana stuff, but yeah, it kind of hangs lower than other capes. But yeah, it's kind of just like nailed to the back with like wood pegs. But yeah, so that's actually part of the Bunker Day set, a Peely original. So yeah, so not only did he eat his friend, but he made clothing out of him, so that's kind of weird. Um, but then from the starter pack, you got Palette Pack, which I think is better than the skin. Not a bad back bling. But yeah, so it says Sharp Color, part of the White Tiger set. But yeah, it's kind of just like some spray paint grenades, I think, or something. And then, yeah, it goes good with like, it goes well with like technique and whatever. But yeah, and then you got this little design. It says like BT for whatever reason. But yeah, so that is that. Goes well with a decent amount of skins. I do like the back bling a little bit. And then from the Shadows Rising set or bundle, you got the perfect wings right there. Pretty cool. Um, and then you got the Scarlet Edge or the Stark. Where did I get? Oh no, not Scarlet Edge. The Stark Satchel there. Um, so yeah, so it's of course with Shadow Scully. It says Evil Parts Adorable and Stark. Um, so yeah, that is that. Um, and then you got the Shadowbird wings, which is my favorite backbling from the set. I just absolutely love like the black and white look, and it goes well with a lot of skins. And yeah, pretty cool wings there. My favorite backbling from the set. And then you got the Scarlet Edge, a very small backbling, but yeah, you got it from the description to this, flying the eclipse. But yeah, you got it from doing some fort bites for uh Demi, of course. But yeah, you can see it kind of has like some red fog, but I don't know what they're supposed to be, like some weapons or whatever. But yeah, it says Double Bladed Fury, part of the Scarlet Dragon set. Um, yeah, so next up is the Spectral Spine, which this is a backbling from Cryptic that I was saying that I mainly wanted. But yeah, it goes well on so many skins. I of course really like it on her, of course, but also like it just I mean it goes pretty well on it just goes really well on a lot of skins, mainly like skins with blue. Um, but yeah, and I also really like it on this. I was wearing this combo for quite a while. Do like that quite a bit, and I would be wearing him, but he has that pose, so he kind of cuts off the back blings. That's why I'm not wearing him. I'm just wearing a back bling with or a skin with a regular pose, so I can show the back blings easier. So yeah, so next up is Color Guard, which was actually they sold these back blings like the farmer back blings. They just sold them separately for 200 V-bucks when the 4th of July skins came back out. Um, but yeah, so I bought this one because I just like it a lot better than the girl skin. It's a reskin of like the Raptor back bling, but yeah, just all red, white, and blue. And it's got a little like shovel, and I don't know what that is really. It looks like a mini tactical shovel or something, but it might be like some sort of knife or something. And then like a little canteen type thing there. So yeah, so it has Color Guard, and yeah, it says Forever Bold, part of the Stars and Stripes set. And then Quack Pack, which is one of the many free 14 days of summer items. But yeah, very small back bling, but it's literally just a rubber duck. It says Everybody Duck, and yeah, just a little rubber duck. Pretty cool little back bling there. Um, and then Kaio, the only pet this season. They've definitely been cutting back on pets, which I don't mind. I don't really like pets, of course, as I've said many times before. But yeah, this season it's all right. But yeah, you didn't unlock them in order like every other season. You unlocked like this one and then like that one and then like that one and that one or something like that. But yeah, it's literally like a robot cat. It says activate battle nap, part of the sky style set. Um, and he actually flies around and stuff, but and whatnot. I don't know who spam invited me, so sorry about that. It's kind of jump scaring me too. Um, but yeah, so you got the red, my favorite one, the purple, and then the orange and the black there. So yeah, you kind of saw him right there flying. Um, but yeah, so that is Kaio, and then Assassin Pack, which came with John Wick. Ready for anything, part of the John Wick set. Goes well on a lot of skins. It's just I just don't use it that often. I didn't even know he was coming with a back bling. I thought he was coming with this back bling, but you actually completed you completed one of the challenges to get that. But yeah, it's pretty much just like a little duffel bag type thing with like some guns in it and a couple mags right there. But yeah, so that is a assassin pack, and then it says ready for anything there. Don't know why I'm in my skins. Gold tokens, you actually got it. It was the first, I believe, the first like free legendary back bling. That's not like, of course, like from the battle pass or whatever. Like this one, anybody could get, even if you have the battle pass or not. But yeah, so it's literally one of the like tokens from the John Wick movies. And yeah, it says out of unity comes strength, part of the John Wick set. And yeah, pretty cool backbling there. It kind of sucks because any skin that has like a weird shaped back or whatever, it kind of cuts through the backbling. But any skin that has like a regular flat back, it's fine. But yeah, just a giant token from John Wick. And then yeah, so that is that. So next up is Lightning Cloak, which is from a Tempest, a very cool back bling. I think it's kind of like Ragnarok's. It's kind of like Ragnarok's cape mixed with the ominous orb. Um, but yeah, this top part is like metal, so that doesn't move, but then the cape does. But it's got like this little like lightning orb thing there that's like reflective and stuff, and then like kind of a torn up cape there. But that goes well on a lot of skins. I absolutely love that back bling. And yeah, it says crackling with furious energy. But yeah, so that's another reason I got the skin for the back bling. And then Retribution, if you guys remember the Visitor's back bling back from Season 4, it's like a cape mixed with whatever this thing is. But this is pretty much the way better version of this. I think this goes well on a lot more skins than people give it credit for. But this one is definitely way better. But yeah, it says Strike Back, part of the suit up set, unlockable styles. But yeah, so I absolutely love this back bling. Goes well on a lot of skins, but also I just absolutely love the Vendetta set, except for like the glider. Um, but yeah, I've been using like Vendetta with his pickaxe and the back bling like all in this like blue style so much. Um, because I absolutely just love it so much. But okay, I guess we're gonna keep on doing it anyway. So yeah, so we got the red style here, and then the orange, and then the neon blue, and then the neon green. So yeah, so that is that there. Um, so yeah, um, And then the smoothie. Everybody when they first saw the smoothie in the opening like trailer thing when the season when you logged on for the first time when season 9 started, um, everybody was just begging for this to become like a back bling or something. And finally, for completing all 14 days of summer challenges, you got this. And it's actually like reactive. It just doesn't say it is. Um, but when you're doing emotes, he actually does different faces. Like he has a smiley face, but then when you're doing emotes, he actually like has different expressions. As you, gosh, I can't. There we go. So yeah, you can see yeah, it's like his eyes closed there, and then right there, regular smiley face. He's kind of blinking right there. Yeah, right there. Oh, well, you can see some of these in game. I don't know if they're like really changing, yeah, in game, it actually does change, and he has like a wow face and everything. And then when we're moving around, the straw kind of bounces along with the little umbrella, and it kind of sloshes around there. So yeah, you can just carry around Peely on your back. So another messed up back bling to use with Peely. Um, uh, yeah, so that is him. And then Signal Jammer, of course, came with the breakpoint set. But it's part of the waypoint set. It says nothing gets through. Animated just like the skin, but this is also it's not reactive like the other back bling for eliminations or whatever. Um, yeah, so that is that there. So yeah, so pretty darn cool. It goes well on a decent amount of skins too. And then a banner cape. I just really wanted this so like when I'm not wearing the skin, I can wear the back bling. But also, it's honestly probably my new favorite cape in the back bling or in the game, just because I mean the shape is like simple and the design is really cool, and you can again you can put the styles. So yeah, so again, this is just like the skin. Of course, you can change the styles and whatnot on the back bling there. I don't know why that didn't. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you can change the styles there, of course, on that as well. Um, so yeah, so that's the banner cape there. Yeah, and it's like just good enough size too. And then the last back bling is Jet Set, which of course came with Mecha Team Leader, powered up and ready for action, part of the final showdown set. I don't know if I read the description for this, but it's perfectly unique. Yeah, so this it only goes well on a few select skins. Besides Mecha Team Leader, it just kind of like is kind of wide for other skins since it's meant for like a big wide mech skin. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that back bling. But it's all right. Um, but yeah, so that is that. All right, so I told them to stop inviting me again. But it's still sending, so I don't know if they just spammed it so much that now it's just glitched out or whatever. Hopefully not. Yeah, so that is all of the back blings there. So yeah. I'm just gonna put that there so it's more simple for now. Yeah, so now we're gonna go a little bit faster since it's already getting kind of long and we still got Save the World and whatnot. Yeah, so now on to so that's the skins and the back blings, like the two most important parts of the each season. Yeah, so now harvesting tools. Yeah, so getting right into it, you got Ripe Rippers. So the new thing in this season's Battle Pass was actually dual pickaxes. So the first ones you could get was the Ripe Rippers. Normally, I still like using like the regular just one pickaxe better. It feels like switching to a weapon from like the dual pickaxes. Sometimes it like feels like it takes longer, and I don't know. It just feels like I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but it definitely feels longer sometimes. Yeah, they are still cool. That they're here, but these ones actually have selectable styles. Again, another thing that's messed up to use with Peely, but yeah, these are the Ripe Rippers, 2 strikes, part of the Bunker Days set. Yeah, so the Sky Style set and the Bunker Days set, they actually have 2 pickaxes. There's more pickaxes coming for other sets, so a lot of sets are going to be getting two like pickaxes, part of the same set now. Yeah, so you got the default, and then the Ripe Rippers, which is like instead of like whatever plant or leather or whatever that is, it's made out of like banana skin. There, yeah, so not a huge fan of these ones. They're just kind of like hatchets. Yeah, and then you got the Bunker Basher, the second one from that set. There, it's basically just a piece of metal, like how you see it in the game, strapped to a stick. It says homemade with love. Yeah, it's got a smiley face on there, painted by Jonesy. Of course, with his hands, he got the paint on there, and yeah, that's how it sounds. Same with these. yeah. Um, and then you got Vox, which is the only epic pickaxe you got from the battle pass. Of course, there's other ones, but you unlock those like through fort bites and whatnot. So this was the only one that you unlocked just from like a certain tier. But yeah, so this is Vox, another microphone pickaxe. I'm pretty sure there's like three now. But yeah, so Vox, it says belt out the hits per the Sky Style set. It is just a sparkly microphone, but it has a very cool contrail, but it is kind of annoying to use because it like has this ringing like microphone feedback noise. Um, you can kind of hear it there, but it just kind of gets annoying when you're constantly hitting stuff. But it is a cool pickaxe. Um, and at first I was wondering why is it epic, but because there's nothing too special. But the contrail and the noise, it kind of makes it worth it. Um, but yeah, so then the other part, harmonic axes, the other pickaxe part of the set. The Skystall set's perfectly tuned duo. I was really excited to get these. It was like 45 fort bites or something. But yeah, you can't even like all the stuff that you unlock with fort bites that has styles. You can't even see the styles until you actually unlock it. So at first I just saw these and like that fog was just like white, but the fog actually changes color with each of the colors as well. Um, but yeah, so this is the first one. They're pretty cool one, and then my favorite one's the purple with blue there. And then you got the orange, and then the black and green. Probably my second favorite one. Probably first, second, third, fourth. And that's how they sound. So yeah. So sorry, I just have to keep on whispering. I don't know why they're still going. Usually they're not like this. It's just every season I film the end of season results video. There's like one or two friends that are just like just so happen to be super obnoxious at the time and just spam invite me or like whisper weird things in the chat or whatever. I don't know why they feel the need to do that, but yeah. So next up is Mech Axe. When I first saw it, I honestly did not really like it. I thought it just looked weird, and I thought it was gonna be like ginormous and just not really gonna like it. But actually, in game, it's actually a pretty small pickaxe, and I like it quite a bit. I don't know why I saved on that one. This one's my favorite. But yeah, again, using this with Vendetta and his backbling and whatnot, I absolutely love it. But yeah, and also has like a really cool contrail and everything of the plasma. It says program for perfection. And yeah, you got the red, the orange, the blue, and the green. And if you guys want a cool combo, if you use the if you uh, if you use what skin was it? Um, if you use the Inferno skin, and then the high caliber on the gold like this, uh, and then the mech axe with this, it's a very good combo there. But yeah, so just in case you wanted a good combo there, holy cow. Um, but yeah, so that's a mech axe, and then low and slow, another dual pickaxe that you actually unlock from the 14 Days of Summer challenges. Um, but yeah, it's literally just like some spatula and can't remember what that is called, but yeah, it's just like some grilling tools. But yeah, low and slow, locking the flavor of victory there. So yeah. And then you got Revoker, which is from the Vega. It says take what's yours, part of the Bounty Hunter set. It's pretty long in game. It's like a really long pickaxe, but it sounds like this. And by the way, this sounds like this. And this sounds like this. Forgot to show that. So yeah, and then again, you got the yellow, red, and green there. So yeah, so all three of those. And then you got the Scarlet Scythe, which is a very small pickaxe in game. It's actually even smaller than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, very cool pickaxe. It's another pickaxe that's like another like hatchet like type thing like these. There's getting to be a lot of them. But yeah, so that is that. So yeah, and it's got like some cool red fog going on it. Sounds like this. And yeah, it says Hone on Dragon's Claw. For the part of the Scarlet Dragon set. And then you got the combo cleavers. So I wasn't gonna. If you guys watched my event video or my video on the event, I actually didn't buy these, but then I watched a video. I thought they're gonna like right here. You can see they look really like thick and big, but in game they're actually pretty small. But yeah, I absolutely love these. Honestly, they're probably my favorite dual pickaxes so far. I thought it was gonna be the harmonic axes, but those are my second favorite. But yeah. So it's cool because of course like in the event it actually has a little singularity statue as the handles. Of course there's only one in the event, but for whatever reason they made it, or I guess they made it two like dual pickaxes because they can actually hold it like a sword. But if it's just one pickaxe, they would hold the handle and then hold the blade, and it would not look right. Um, but yeah, it says Swinging Force, part of the final showdown set. They sound like this. So yes, they kind of just sound like techno swords, as you would expect. And then Birthday Slice, of course, the first birthday event, all those challenges and everything was during season 5. But year 2 it just happened, and the events like the challenges just came out a couple days ago, or a few days ago. But yeah, so this is last season we got a back bling. So I was saying this season is probably gonna be a pickaxe, but we actually got the back bling on Save the World, like last year's back bling. But this season we got that like same back bling, but like with different colors and actually has a two. But so I guess it's like exclusive to Save the World this time on the Birthday Brigade Jonesy. Um, but yeah, so that was Birthday Slice. At first I was saying there's nothing representing like that it's for the year 2, but there's actually two candles. Yeah, it's pretty big on the top, but I don't really mind. I do like this pickaxe quite a bit, and yeah, it just has a giant fork, and I'm just currently using this one because since it's my newest pickaxe. And then you just got the little uh, thing tied around the end there. So yeah, and then Mean Streak. This wasn't even leaked. Like the first Save the World bundle took like seasons to come out. Um, but then the second one, I mean, it took like 2 months or so, almost a full season to come out. And then all of a sudden, this one wasn't even leaked, and then it was just like, oh, they came in this update. In the patch notes, it just said that they came in the update, and everyone was just like, oh, okay. But yeah, so we got another Save the World pack. So this time, last time we got a pickaxe for Rose Team Leader and then a glider for Warpaint, but this time it was the other way around. And so we got Mean Streak. It says Paint the Town Blue. Yeah, so it's based off of like the level 2 or 3 pickaxe, which I never actually used because my game is glitched. So I just had the level 2 pickaxe, and then by the time it finally got fixed around Christmas time or so, I already had like the level like the third or fourth to last pickaxe. But yeah, so this is how this sounds. And it has a cool little pink contrail in game, and this is how this sounds. So yeah, so that is all the pickaxes this season. So yeah, pretty cool. I got another Save the World pack, and then so gliders. First off, Turbo Spin. They rearranged the Battle Pass. Usually the Epic Glider was later in the season, but this was actually the first glider you got from the Battle Pass this season. And yeah, just a lot of stuff like the Tier 95 emote is usually epic, but this time the Tier 95 emote was rare, and the epic emote was actually like Tier 70 something. So I don't know why they decided to do that, but alright. So yeah, so first one is Turbo Spin. Deploys like that, and it's kind of just like a ship thing. It's a pretty cool glider though. But yeah, it says engines ignited, part of the Sky Style set. Um, yeah, so that is that. And then the Field Flyer. This glider was leaked forever, and then it finally came out in this Battle Pass. So yeah, so things that are leaked and you like think are never coming out, so they might come out in a Battle Pass eventually. Because that happened with Onesie, got leaked like a season and a half or whatever, and then she finally came out in the season 7 Battle Pass, and this got leaked like back in season 7 or 8, I'm pretty sure, and it came out now. But yeah, so it's actually part of the Advanced Forces set, field tested battle standard. But they've been releasing more and more of this set very slowly over time, but pretty cool basic glider. And then you got the Scarlet Strike unlocked with some fort bites for Demi. You can hear the sound there, but pretty darn cool basic glider there. I think these things are kind of weird, like they add to the style of it, but I just think they kind of stick out weirdly. But yeah, overall, pretty darn cool glider. Yeah, so then next up is Retaliator. Here. And it says no one's out of reach, part of the suit up set. This is the only part of Vendetta's set that I'm not a huge fan of. I think it is a cool glider, but you hang all the way down here, so it looks weird how far it sticks up. But also, unlike the whole rest of the set with the back bling and the pickaxe and the skin, everything has selectable styles except for the glider. So I can have the whole set match the blue and black, and I absolutely love it. It's like my favorite thing to use currently. But then I can't use the glider with it because it completely sticks out. But then, yeah, so then the Tailwind Twister here. Looks like it's supposed to be a Twitch Prime uh, glider, but yeah, you actually unlock it with 4 bytes from Stratus's challenges there. But pretty darn cool glider, basic glider. Doesn't really have a special sound, but it says "Fly into the Eye," part of the Stormstalker set. Um, and then you got holographic this season's Victor Umbrella, and you guys know last season I got another second day of the season win, and it was like very intense. I revived. I told the whole story on last season's video, but it was very intense. I clutched it up, with me being the only one surviving on our squad. But this season, yes, I finally did it. You guys know I've been talking about it for the past few seasons, but I finally got a win on the first day of the season, so now I don't have to worry about it ever again. I don't really care too much about getting the umbrella, but I was just trying to at least get one on the first day of the season, which I finally did. So now I don't really have to worry about getting the umbrella, and if I do, I don't have to worry about getting it right away. Um, but yeah, so um, yeah, so basically, again, yeah, I clutched it up. As the lone survivor, because this time instead of me and uh, Brayton's friend. I can't remember his name, but this season it was, of course, me and Brayton and Beanie Mac. But yeah, so I was the only one still alive. This time we actually did it on trios, it wasn't squads. But yeah, and then we just kind of like build battled the last person, then hopped up and then shot her just a couple times with my white AR because some guy, the third to last guy, exploded himself with an RPG, so he got her nice and weak for me. So yeah, so this is this season's glider. I got be quiet so you can hear it. Oh, didn't he make a noise? Oh my god, and then he invites me so you can even hear it. So yeah, so it kind of has like a techie noise, and actually has two different. So yeah, so that is this season's glider or umbrella, which is honestly my new favorite umbrella. As you guys know, last season this was my favorite umbrella, just because it has two little like tropical jingles and it has two different ones. Um, as you can hear there. And it's also like more unique and stuff. But this one, as you guys know, I love cyan again and everything. But this one, it's translucent, as you can see. But also it also plays a sound just like last season's glider. Those are the only two so far to play sounds. But also it's just, I mean, it's like the black and cyan, and like I just love it. I've never used an umbrella as much as I've been using this. I've been using this most of the season. When I got new gliders, I would use them for a little while, but overall, this is like my most used glider this season. And yeah, it says Neo Tilted's finest, which I think they're gonna have to change that because this season or whatever, it just said like something like forecast calls for victory or whatever, and they had to change it so it said season 7, like so all the gliders say what season they're from. And then now they released another glider that doesn't say what season it's from, so I don't know if they're gonna change that. I don't know why they keep on doing that. But yeah, so this is the first season since season 4 that I got two umbrellas. Or actually last season I believe, or no, season 7. Yeah, season 7 I got these two gliders, and then season 4 was the first season I played, so I got these two gliders, of course. But this season I got these two gliders. So if you guys watch my John Wick video, I never got a win. A lot of people are saying it was easy. I thought it was more luck, and like there's multiple times like there's this one time when my whole squad was alive and we were all on top of the final guy, and he was in a box and he was just by himself trying not to die so we wouldn't win. And then all of a sudden he just won, which doesn't make any sense because he was in a box. There's literally no way he could have got any more points. So that's what I don't really understand about the game. But then all of a sudden, literally 2 hours, as if you guys watched the videos, I believe this one's gonna be at the beginning of the video, so you probably saw it. Um, as you guys saw, I actually literally 2 hours before the John Wick event ended and the game mode went away, I got the glider. Of course, it came back later in the season, but it was only for like a day or two. Um, but yeah, I literally got this. I went into random squads and I got in with an OG Skull Trooper and another green Skull Trooper. I don't know if he was an OG and just using the green one, not the purple one. But they were both really, really good. And even me, I had like 5 kills or something like that, and then one of them had like 12, and then the other one had, I believe, 3 or something. But yeah, we just I killed like the last two guys, got the points, and then a guy dropped down on me, almost got me, but then the OG Skull Trooper dropped down and took him out and we won. I was like so happy because like I wasn't too worried about this getting this umbrella because like yeah it's simple, it goes well with a ton of skins, but I don't know, it's not very unique and it's just black. But yeah, so that's Assassin's Choice, part of the John Wick set. It's called One Shot, like the game mode. But yeah, so it is literally just completely black, but it does go well with a lot of skins. It doesn't have any special noise or anything, but that is One Shot. Very surprised I actually ended up getting that. Um, and then the last glider is, of course, the Rose Rider from the Sailor World set. Kind of has like a little like whoosh noise if you kind of heard that. But yeah, it says battle tested and pleasantly scented. But yeah, so just that there. I used on the video because it kind of goes well with Mecha Team Leader as well. But yeah, so that is all of the gliders this season. So next up is Contrails, which there was one extra than usually because usually there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, usually there's about 5 from the battle pass. But then if there's like any challenges or whatever, there's usually like 1 or 2 extra ones, which there was this season, which I've been using since I got it, just because I have been. But yeah, so the first one you got is Neo Tubes. So yeah, so just this one's cool. Just in game, I don't know if it's supposed to look like it, but they kind of like flicker, and I don't know. It kind of looks like this control's a little broken. But yeah, so not a huge fan of that. But I actually got the battle bundle this season, so most of the stuff I didn't even use for that long before I unlocked more stuff anyway. So I was using this control because I like it a lot more anyway. But yeah, it's vibrant. That's the second control I get. I don't know if they have any. Oh yeah, descriptions. So flashy flailing and hyper and hypnotic. And then you got another banana theme thing, literally a bananas contrail. Uh, so yeah, so you just got little stalks of bananas on your hands, and then bananas. Some of them like fly up and peel. Actually, I think they all fly up and peel. It looks like. But yeah, so that's bananas, and then lightning strike, which is that. I don't know if this said yeah, peel out, and then highly charged. But if you guys don't know, what my favorite contrail used to be lightning right there from season 4. But then also from season 4, there was this one, Shooting Star, which I haven't really ever been a huge fan of, but I do like it. This one's kind of like both of those mixed together and turned purple. As you can see, you got the like shooting star effect, and then you got the lightning, just not constant lightning. It kind of just flashes here and there. But yeah, very cool contrail there. And then the final one from the battle pass, my favorite contrail from this battle pass, not my favorite contrail, but of course that is still swirls. But one of my favorite contrails is Plasma Trail. At first when I was using this, I was just like, man, this is going to give me eye cancer. Because it was just really weird. But in game, it's really cool. It looks like blue shreds or whatever you want to call it there. But yeah, it's just like blue plasma trails. And yeah, just a very cool contrail there. Of course, part of Vendetta set, and it goes really well with the blue and black that I like, so that's good. And it says Beyond White Hot. And then another thing from the 14 days of summer challenges is the beach balls contrail. So it just gives like this little orange dust with like these sparkles, and then just little beach balls. So yeah, so a lot of tryhards probably won't use it because you know it's beach balls. It can cover your view while you're landing. But yeah, so now emotes. So let's go through these. Um, I don't know if I put them like in order of the battle pass because that'd make it a little easier. Yeah, I think I did. So this season's early on green emote is right here. Yay! So excited. Towards the beginning of the season, like everybody was doing this emote, and you just heard ee, ee, just everywhere, and it was like it's really funny but also annoying when like everybody's just doing this emote. But yeah, pretty funny little emote there. And it says so excited. Um, and then next up, you got Cluckstrut, another traversal emote. It says, "Who are you calling chicken?" Um, so yeah, so it's literally just like a little chicken walk. But yeah, so if you saw the video, I believe also at the beginning of the video, with all of us fish sticks doing that. That was a random person we just found on Team Rumble, me and Brayton, and we just did that with them. And yeah, so pretty funny little contrail there. Really like the traversal emotes. But then you got Sad Trombone. So yeah, so don't really know why it's rare. It could have been uncommon, but yeah, this is made for pretty funny clips. There's a lot of YouTubers and streamers that like they would get done, like they would like die, they would like lose a game or whatever from like dying, and then they would come back and they would have unlocked tier 46, and they would just get back from dying, and then it'd just be like, so yeah, uh, but next up is Sign Spinner, which is this is the epic emote that I was talking about that was gonna I was saying I'm surprised it wasn't tier 95, but I absolutely love this emote. As you guys know, I love memes, and one of the classic memes was like, how do you even know which way the Quiznos is? But yeah, of course it's the Sign Spinner, but Fortnite unique-ized it, and it's literally a victory royale sign. So yeah, it says in it to spin it. So yeah, so very cool contra or emote there. Um, and then a while later, you finally unlock the last one, tier 95. It's called the laid back shuffle, and it says it's all in the legs. So yeah, at first I didn't really like that control, but it did actually grow on me, and I actually like that control quite a bit. So yes, that is all the battle pass emotes. But now onto like the emotes that I bought here. Um, so we're getting to get a lot of them. But first off is Billy Bounce. Everybody's waiting for this to be made into an emote. It's from the meme with like the grandpa mask guy doing this and the little dance battle they had. Uh, and what I really like is like not only did they have the emote from there, but like if you have watched the meme, it's actually like a squeaky bed noise song, and this is almost identical to the original song. So this emote is literally like taken from the meme. And it was also really funny because when I first got it, Bryson didn't get it quite yet, and I was walking around in game while doing it, and I was just like, "Is this emote traversal?" And Bryson checked in the shop, and it wasn't traversal. So when this emote first came out, it didn't have that logo there, and it actually didn't say it was traversal, but it secretly was. But yeah, now it says it's traversal. So at first, it wasn't. I bought it just because I like the emote and the reference, but I didn't even know it was gonna be traversal. But yeah, it's traversal. It says "You do you." Probably the most used and popular emote of this season. Like I've seen so many people have that emote like on the lobby. Um, like everybody's just walking around doing the Billy Bounce. But yeah, so and then you got Bouncer, uh, um, another traversal emote. But you're literally just bouncing on one of those like blow up things, but it's literally a blow up llama. Again, I just love the really like Fortnite stuff, and this is just like that. It says hop on, and yeah, just a llama. His ears go around and go side to side, and you can just bounce around. And yeah, so and the music's pretty good too. But yeah, so that's that. And some of the traversal emotes actually go faster than others. So most of the emotes like this and all those, they actually go like the same speed. But then this one's actually the fastest one. And then this one, I don't know if it's just as fast as this one or if it's a little slower, but this one actually goes faster than like the other ones. Um, but yeah, so then next up you got Krabby. It says ready in a pinch, and it's just really weird. It's probably most likely everybody was saying as a reference to Crab Rave. The music just sounds a lot like it, and the dance and everything. But yeah, it was actually leaked accidentally by Fortnite on Twitter, I believe, a day earlier, a day before it came into the shop originally. But yeah, I wasn't gonna get it, but then I was just like, oh yeah, why not? So yeah, so I got it the day after next because I was waiting for other emotes and I could make the V-Bucks back with Save the World. So I had 500 V-Bucks from Save the World, and I just got that. But yeah, so that's Krabby. But and then Deep End, the first reward, I believe, from the 14 Days of Summer challenges. Let's just dive in. It's like a 60s beach dance. So yeah, so it's got like that music and that dance and everything. And then Jump Jets. It says lift with your legs. Just a little robot type thing. You got it with some Fort Bites or whatever from Sentinel. But yeah, so pretty simple there. And then you got Be Seeing You. These are the two emotes that came with like the John Wick stuff. So yeah, here's that. Just got a little sparkle noise. I don't really know why, but yeah. So it says not if I see you first. So yeah. And then you got where are we? Buckets. So this one came out with like the downtown drop. It says own the game. And yeah, you just like shoot a bucket, and then there's like some cheering, and it says own the game, part of the hang time set. And then you got bulletproof, the other John Wick thing. It makes more sense when you're with the actual skin. Yeah, so mainly when you're the actual like regular skin, because you can see he has bullets in him. So when you do that emote, it's really cool because as you can see, the bullets actually fly out, and then for a second there, you actually don't have them in. So it's actually like it works with the skin itself. Eventually they respawn. Yeah, so I just think that's really cool. Um, yeah. So those are the two John Wick emotes that came with that whole event. Um, but yeah. So next up, I don't know if I read the description for that. But yeah, it says brush it off, part of the John Wick set. And then you got Deep Dab, which is a reference to Jack's films, of course. It says bring him down to your level. I wasn't gonna get it eventually at first, but I just figured like it's an uncommon emo. It's literally only 200 V-bucks. That's very simple to get from Save the World, even in late game when you don't have like your hold the door and mission specialist challenges to get all those extra V-bucks, and especially once you're done with all 40 SSDs. Yeah, so that is that. And then finger guns. This took a while to come back to the shop. It's been out forever, but I finally got it when it came back to the shop, just because another uncommon emote. Why not? Yeah, and you can tell it's old because it just says express yourself on the battlefield, but pretty simple. Just got that. And then you got flex on him. Another. You flex, and it's pretty funny to do with fish stick because his mouth opens in like a big old circle, and he. Yeah, you can't really tell with this skin because she has a mask on, but their mouth actually open like they're like yelling or whatever. But yeah, it's the second emote from like the hang time set. It says let them know. But yeah, during like the downtown drop event and whatnot. But yeah, so then you got and then gun show was another emote just like finger guns. Finally came back out, and I got it because why not? But yeah, it's another flexing emote. Somewhere around here. Gosh, I don't know where it is. I'm probably oh yeah, here it is. So yeah, again, express yourself on the battlefield. Just some flexing noises. But I had these two on my speed dial, and I was just doing this like while waiting for people to ready up, just flexing. So yeah, and then hang loose, one of the 14 days of summer challenge, or not challenges. This was just an item shop emo. So yeah, so kind of just like the surfer dude thing. Just take it easy. um, and then Jazz Hands. I was waiting for this in season 8. But then it was when I was playing Terraria a lot last season, and I just flat out didn't get on that day, and I just didn't get it, and it didn't come back out until the very beginning of season 9. So yeah, so I was gonna get this last season, but it came out within the first couple days of season 9, I believe. It might even came out like right after I filmed the video last season. But yeah, it's just like that. Beanie Mac, Brayton, I believe, gifted him that emote, so that's like his main emote, since he doesn't get like the battle pass or whatever. But yeah, it says Jazz Hands, get jazzy. Because Brayton also gifted him the doggo skin, so it's like his main skin, his main emote. And you just sit there and do Jazz Hands. And then lock it up. At first, this was when the meme was like fresh and everything, so I was just like, when I first saw it leaked, I was just like, what the heck is that? I'm not gonna get that. It's like so quick, and I just didn't know what it was. But then Brayton told me what it was, and then he wanted me to gift it to him. But I didn't get it the first time it came out. So then next time I said I would buy it for me. I saw the meme, and I was just like, oh, that's awesome. So then the next time it came out, I gifted it to Brayton and bought it for myself. So yeah, so it's literally just like the hitting the whoa meme. So yeah, it's very quick, but it's definitely worth it, I'd say. To snap into place. And then peace out. This is like the cringiest emote since cat flip. Yeah, at least this is like correctly leveled, because all the other stuff is like rare, and it's like, why isn't this uncommon? But yeah, this is you got it from like a certain amount of 4 bytes or something from Rocks. This is her emote. Just some music, and when you're doing it with skins without masks, their little smile is really cringy. But yeah, it says keep it positive. Yeah, so then you got prickly pose. Yet another emote like you got T pose here. and somewhere around here we got a Shaolin sit up, um, right here. So yeah, so those emotes where you just like sit there. Now you got this. So yeah, so it released a cactus skin. I believe it was last season or might have been early this season. But then like a couple other times after they released it, they finally made an emote. So if you use the cactus, there's a lot of videos with people using the cactus skin and disguising as a cactus, and it just has like some desert, I don't know, just noises, music or music or sounds you would hear in like a desert scene in a western or whatever, and you just stand like a cactus. So yeah, it's called prickly pose, of course, completely inconspicuous. Um, and then you got Team Mech, which you guys know a while ago, Britson, or I mean, Isaac gifted me the original scorecard emote. Um, there, but now they actually remade these emotes, and I thought they're gonna be 200 each, or just be random on one emote. Um, and you wouldn't be able to choose. But these, they actually did for the first time ever. They actually sold these emotes separately, but they weren't 200 V bucks each, like most uncommon or like all of the other uncommon emotes. They're actually just 100 each, so you could get both emotes for the price of one regular uncommon emote. So yeah, that day in the shop was those couple days in the shop were very good priced. But yeah, so of course you got Team Mech here with this epic music that he did, like when he grabbed the sword out. And then you got the roar of the monster for Team Monster. Yeah, it's actually colored. I didn't know it was gonna be colored. But yeah, it says Mecha Team Leader Forever and New Monster Final Showdown set. And then you got Turbocharged, which of course I already showed. It came. I don't have the emote in here because it's the exclusive emote that came, that you can only use with Mecha Team Leader. Because also like the emote that comes that you can only use with Giddy Up and Yeehaw. That's not actually in your locker. You can just only use it with those skins. And then you got No Sweat. Of course I actually bought this emote like right after the event got over on that video. But yeah, it's basically like the floss. Of course, I didn't buy it just because, as most Season 2 players would say, like, oh, you just bought that because you don't have the original floss. I actually like this. I would say I like the original floss better, but the music for this one I like better because it's like the music track all the way, like the very, very first music track all the way back from Season 6, like the remix of the floss music from Fortnite. And instead of like the original floss music, this one's actually like from that music track, like, and it's literally like a reference to so far my favorite event in Fortnite history so far. But yeah, so there's that. It says with one hand tied behind your back, and of course it's a reference for when he got his arm ripped off the mech, and so he's doing it with one arm. Um, but yeah, so that's that. Um, and then jumping jacks. Where is that emote? Here it is. So yeah, it says get jacked, literally just jumping jacks. This emote was leaked all the way back with the 14 days of summer challenges, along with an emote called Featherweight. So yeah, so I've been waiting forever for these two emotes to come out. This one finally came out, and yeah, Featherweight still has yet to come out. So I don't know if it's gonna come out after this video, but if not, either way, it will be on. If it ever does come out, it will be on next season's end of results video. Because as of right now, I don't have it, but I got to get this video filmed, so it took too long if it's gonna come out. And then Revel, I always get it confused with the prickly pose icon, because as you can see, prickly pose icon looks, I mean, they look a lot alike, but this is, in my opinion, one of the best uncommon emotes ever. It actually has its own music, and like it's actually like a dance, which it would usually, like, I would think of this emote as being rare, but for once they actually made it uncommon. But yeah, I was really excited for this when I saw it leaked, and it says nothing wrong with the little celebration, but some pretty good music. um, and just a weird little emote. I kind of wish it was traversal, but yeah, Bridgeton got it too, and so far now this is like my main loadout for emotes. Of course, Llama Bell is still my favorite emote, just because like the reference, and since I'm a percussionist and stuff, it's just I don't use it enough, or I don't feel the need to have it on my main wheel. And this I will actually switch back to the tomato. I just had it for as the water balloon for summertime, but of course I always have the tomato there. And then this is my toxic emote. That's when I'm emoting on people after I kill them being toxic. That's what I always do. Um, that's kind of like the emo I'm known for. But yeah. So and then so that was Revel, and then Kiss the Cup. This was one of the many encrypted things this season that no one knew was coming out until the day it did come out. Um, but somewhere here, um, oh, here it is. So yeah, relish your victories. Just some epic music. You cup drops in your hand, you kiss it, and then there's like fireworks or whatever, and confetti flying everywhere, and it just goes on forever like that. But yeah, but like came out with all the World Cup stuff. But luckily I got that because we're actually I'll talk about it more later. But we are actually at my grandma and Drummond's house for like 2 days or whatever. So I actually came back. We actually came back the day we got back, and I got back on about 3 hours before the shop changed. And that email left when the shop updated. So if I didn't get on within those 3 hours, I probably wouldn't have got that emote. And I don't know if will ever come back because the skins and everything. If you didn't get like that, if you didn't log in and get that fist stick style, you'll never be able to get it again. And the skin as well. The World Cup girls skin. They said that if you don't get it, then you will never be able to get it again. It's exclusive at least until next year. So yeah, so it wouldn't be like next season. It would be a long time. I don't know if they're never coming back or if it's just until like next year's World Cup. But yeah, so now toys. So from the battle pass, you got a flying disc, which is just a frisbee. It says let it fly. But then the second one, you got a fancy flying disc, which is yes, I absolutely love this. It's literally a Tron disc. Um, it says throw the glow, and when you throw it, it actually makes like a cool little sound. Um, and they go flying pretty far, and there's like a thing to throw it up and a challenge to throw it up and catch it. Um, and yeah, and then from the 14 days of summer challenges, you could get a water balloon. It's just like they use in the thing, and I like how they actually added the details, like in real life, like the water on the latex of the water balloon. It makes like it looks like that. In the little Fortnite F. Yeah, and like when you throw it and like when you switch to it on that game mode, the splashdown emote or whatever. I didn't do a video on any of those game modes, but I did play pretty much all of them. Um, yeah, that was pretty much that. But it's really cool because I don't know if it was like it originally, but when you throw it at somebody, it actually it says like you soak them, and you can actually it has like splash, so you can actually soak multiple people at a time. But if you look at the skin that you're splashing, they actually get like darker and drip, so it actually like gets them wet, which is I think it's just cool that they actually added that detail. So those are the only toys. So yeah, so then we'll get into wraps. So yeah, so let's see here. Again, tons of wraps, getting a lot of them. But the second ever epic wrap. Now they actually released a couple more in the shop. But of course, I only bought this one from the shop since I thought the only animated wraps were gonna be epic. But now like most of them are uncommon. There's even an uncommon one now. I didn't buy it because I wanted to get other things. I wanted to get the cape back bling and the banner skin. So I didn't get the wrap. But yeah, there was the scanline wrap that was actually an uncommon animated one. So you just never know now. So I just don't really feel the need to buy epic animated wraps, especially because most of the rare ones are better anyway. But yeah, so this was the highest tier, or the second to last wrap you got from the battle pass, and I'm not gonna show these on vehicles. Let's show it on ARs. You can see a lot better. But yeah, so this is Storm. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of this. I just don't think the black stands out enough, because I like the wraps that have like contrast and you can see all the details. And this one's just on the edge of that. But yeah, it's just like Storm, like kind of wavy, and then there's like some thunder effects or lightning effects or whatever. And yeah. So that is that. Don't really know how it's an epic wrap, but alright. But then you got Array, which is this wrap from the Shadows Rising set. And this wrap completely, I like this wrap a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Because right there on the icon, it doesn't look that good. Like just too much white to the black. And I didn't even think it was going to be animated. I didn't know it was animated until I bought the set. Because the wrap was my least favorite part of it, but now it's actually one of my more favorite parts of it, because this goes well with a lot of skins, or like kind of combos, and yeah, it's actually animated. They actually released another version, because you had to buy the Scully pickaxe, whatever it's called, in the shop separately. And along with that, there's actually a wrap that was literally almost identical to this wrap. It was animated, it was black and white, but it was called like Spectrum, or I can't remember what it was called, but it was like this, just had a little different of a design. So I don't, I mean, except for people that collect every cosmetic, I don't know who would have bought that if you already had this one. Um, Except for people who either collect all the cosmetics and just buy everything in the game, or people that don't have the Shadow Legends pack but they want the wrap, so they can get a wrap that's pretty much identical. But yeah, so then next up is Cursed, which is this wrap. Originally, I saw this leaked. It got leaked like early season 8, I believe, and I just didn't think it was ever coming out, but it came out in the season 8 battle pass. And when I first saw this leaked, first off, I thought it was going to be uncommon. There's almost no reason for it to be rare. It's just season 7 when wraps first came out. There's like a lot of wraps that I don't think should be rare, like that one and that one. But yeah, this is another one. But man, this wrap let me down so much. Like, you can see that icon right there, like the blue and like the falling rocks or whatever in the dark gray. It looks so cool. But then, like, you see it on this, and it just looks like, I don't know, it just looks like some weird metallic paint job, and then you got like a little bit of blue on the back. But it's just like in game, all you can see on your gun, like it looks alright right here, I guess. But in game, you can barely even tell that you have a wrap on your weapons, and it's just really not that great of a wrap. I was excited for it, but once I got it, I was just like, oof, that's not that good. Um, so yeah, and then I got Enigma, which, yes, is my new favorite wrap. Yes, finally something has replaced carbon and gold. This is still my second favorite wrap just because I absolutely love carbon fiber. But yeah, this one just replaced it because, of course, this was the wrap I was talking about with the cryptic skin. I bought this wrap, and then the next time he came back out, I got the skin. But yeah, Brayton and I got this wrap, and just you can see the animation of like the pink hexagons that go all the way across. But yeah, and it's got like the cotton candy colors, the pink and light blue. But yeah, I absolutely love this wrap. I used it for so long when I got it, and then once I got done using other wraps, I would just go back and use this one, and it's got nice contrast with the like pitch black used for other parts, and then like the gunmetal gray for the barrel and the mag right there, and the trigger and the Picatinny rail. But yeah, so that is that. And then you got Find, which the zombies, yes, came back again, but they did it right this time. It was a whole separate game mode. For whatever reason, you could get wins on it. I did a video on it if you didn't watch it. But yeah, you could get wins on it. So but the bad thing is you can't get any kills on it. So if you just play it for wins, yeah, you're getting wins, but your KD and all that is going down a lot. So I did it to get to 100 LTM wins overall. Uh, but of course, I was at like 92 or something like that. And I only used it for like 8 wins. So just in case if you were thinking like, oh, you probably only had like 50 LTM wins and you did it like 50 times. No, I would not have done it. I wouldn't have done it if it was anywhere over 15, because then it's just gonna like really mess up my stats. I just want to get like those last couple wins to get to 100. But yeah, overall, this is a wrap that you unlocked. I believe for completing all the challenges, might been for one of them, but there wasn't too much going on with that. It was mainly just, it was like XP and then a loading screen in this wrap. But yeah, I didn't know this wrap was going to be free until I saw it, like when I first saw it leaked. But yeah, so it's actually animated too. But yeah, you can see that it's almost like the storm wrap, but like better. Um, and yeah, I wish there was a little more contrast. Like I wish that was like maybe not like pitch black, but like maybe just a little darker gray, kind of like that, like the barrel. But overall, very cool wrap. I used it for a little while when I first got it. But then you got a power surge, which this is the final wrap you got from the thing. It goes with Suit Up, the Suit Up set, Vendetta set. Although pretty much no matter what color combination you're wearing with Vendetta, I don't know why they went with this because it just doesn't match. Of course, the first few stages he has that like his shirt's that color. So I guess if you're using the wrap with like the first few stages of Vendetta with like the basic like teal colors, it might work. But other than that, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this wrap. It's animated, but all it is just like a little light. And yeah, the color combination, it almost looks like a Hawaiian shirt. But yeah, except for on other things where you can actually see what it is. But yeah, not a huge fan of that wrap. And then you got Ripe. This was towards the beginning of the battle pass, so I like barely use this one, but it's actually the first animated wrap. There's not even a selection for animated wraps up there yet. I think they'll probably add it once there's like more or something, but as of right now, still not. But yeah, another part of the Bunker Day set. But how attractive is just like the peely skin. Over time in a match, it ripens out, so it starts out like a regular yellow wrap, pretty much. But then, as you can see, it gets more ripe like that, and then for whatever reason, this banana is completely mushed and bad. But yeah, it ripens up and turns into like a chocolate-looking banana. Uh, but yeah. So next up is Assassin, which I actually wasn't about. I wasn't gonna buy this wrap. There was a wrap you could buy in the shop for the John Wick set, and then one you could unlock. And I wasn't gonna buy this. I actually bought it like towards the end of the John Wick event, like a day or two before it left. But just because I saw it in one of Furious Fade's videos, and I just like the black and silver. Of course, I love things with black and silver. And just on guns, like as you can see, it just looks really, really good. So yeah, so it just looks good on most wraps there, or I mean most things that you put it on. And then from the free wrap that you got from the challenges is the Boogeyman, which is just pretty much completely matte black, which I wasn't too excited about because of course I got this wrap back when the Air Royale first of course it came back a couple times throughout the season, but the Air Royale. I got this back then, the Stealth Black, which I mean, as you can see right here, you can see all like the little like the metal pieces and stuff, whatever. You can see the details, but like if you just quickly look at it, they almost look identical. And in game, you can't tell the difference. Like you or anybody else looking at it, you can't tell the difference in game. Yeah, so free wrap's cool though. But then you got Fish Face. I was so excited when this got released. Again, you guys know I love fish stick in it. There's actually two other wraps. There's like a fish scales and then a fish scales, but that was different colored. I didn't get either of those ones, but I did get this one. It's probably the most ridiculous looking wrap. I probably wouldn't have got it if it wasn't fish stick. But yeah, it's literally like the glitch on Fearless's video where he didn't have his hat and he was just like bald fish stick, and that's like a style that everybody's asking for, just a bald derpy fish stick. But yeah, it's literally just fish stick's face in like a little baby blue and yellow. So it looks pretty bad, but just for the memes, it's great. Um, so yeah, so then you got Neon Tropics. This was another reward, part of the 14 Days of Summer. Um, but yeah, I didn't use it too much, but I do like it. It's not my favorite wrap, but it's cool. It's got like again like I was saying with the other wrap, it like looks Hawaiian, but this one actually is like the Hawaiian kind of flower print or whatever. But yeah, so pretty cool there. And then you got Pink Splatter, which a lot of people don't like this wrap. I like it quite a bit. I think there's a little too much pink at the top, because I wish it was kind of just all splatter, and then like the scope and down there and on the stock it was like just pink, but the rest was like pink splatter. I don't know why just the front is like pink like that, but yeah, the pink and blue like that, I just think it matches pretty well, and it goes well with like the it doesn't match like Bunker Jonesy himself, but it's like kind of representing his pink paint that he got all over everything. Um, so I think it's supposed to be like kind of like another wrap for him. But it's not part of a set, so I don't really know. For sure. But yeah, so then you got Sentinel. This one is the first wrap you get from the Battle Pass, and I got the Battle Bundle again, so I think I use this on a couple of my guns. I use this and like another wrap on my like arsenal, or in my locker for a little bit. But overall, this is probably one of my least used wraps in the game. I mean, there's some other wraps that I like never use, like Dirty Mattress over here. But yeah. I like this wrap. I never really used it. But yeah, it kind of looks like a spaceship kind of thing. But yeah, so that is Sentinel wrap. Goes with his thing. Yeah, it's actually part of his set too. But yeah, so then you got two tilted somewhere around here. I can't remember if it was rare, uncommon. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So yeah, so it's right here. I don't know if it's supposed to say something, but it has like writing kind of things. But yeah, it's red and blue. I actually like this wrap quite a bit. As you guys know, back when wraps like first came out, this was this was like the second one to ever come to the shop. And of course I didn't have much wraps to choose from back then. So this was like one of my favorite ones, but now I'm not a huge fan of that wrap. I mean, it's cool, but I just think there's better versions because like this is I feel like almost the better version of that wrap. Um, yeah, so that is that. So what else do we have here? Turbulent. So this. I was trying to make sure that I really wanted it because I was saying that kind of is a lot like Fiend. But basically, I got this because I think it's like a better version of Fiend. I really love like the gold with like the matte purple look, and also it's very animated. It's got like the purple flame kind of goo looking stuff, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, overall it just looks really nice, and it's part of the Raging Storm set. It actually didn't. Well, the first time the Raging Storm set was in the shop, this actually wasn't. But then the second time I believe it came into the shop, they all of a sudden this wrap was there too. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. Just right there, it looks kind of bad, but then actually on the gun it looks a lot better, I think. Um, so yeah, that is Turbulent, and then Hex Form. Um, I wasn't gonna get this wrap, but I decided to anyway. Um, But yeah, at first I didn't really like it, but I did. It did grow on me, and I actually like it quite a bit. Of course, again, it's not really like cyan, but yeah, kind of cyan and black. But yeah, it's animated again. That's why I was talking about all these futuristic looking animated wraps. But yeah, it's part of the Total Control set, and yeah, pretty simple animation, but just really cool looking. Just doesn't look too good on vehicles, I think. But yeah, it just the hexagons look a lot smaller on the wrap or the icon right there for whatever reason. But then you got squared right here. I was pretty excited when I saw this emote leaked. It's kind of like it's kind of or the wrap. It's kind of like there's the Scanline wrap for the like the to go along with Breakpoint, but then there's this wrap and it has the animation of like her legs kind of. But yeah, it has a full animation. As you can see, it fully goes across the gun and it's like a blue gun with like the rectangle or squares and stuff. But then it goes away and then it's just like a really cool like black and cyan gun. And yeah, you can just see that's like the biggest animation ever on a wrap so far. But yeah, just really cool there. Um, yeah, so it's not part of the set, but it definitely is supposed to be like Breakpoint. Um, so yeah, that is that. And then Frosted, one of the other 14 days of, or I mean, not one of those, one of the other year 2 birthday challenges, you could get this wrap. So yeah, part of the B-Day Bunch set, and yeah, it's just like balloons or whatever and some confetti, but yeah. So it's kind of like wherever it is. Gosh, why I have like so many wraps. It's kind of like sprinkles, but more pink, I guess. But yeah, so that is that. And then last but not least for wraps is Redline, right here. So very cool wrap. Um, it's almost like the wrap. I can't remember. She was in the shop yesterday, but she comes like a red lines wrap type thing, but it's not animated. This is basically like that wrap, but like 10 times better. But yeah, I absolutely love this wrap. I was probably gonna, I was thinking about getting it when it was leaked, but then it was actually confirmed to be free through these things called YouTube drops. And basically, if you connect your YouTube account to Epic Games in your connected accounts thing, and watched at least 20 minutes of any of like the live streams. First day you could get the first wrap, and then second day the first wrap, and then the third day you could get the second wrap, and then the fourth day you could get the second wrap, or I mean the second spray, and then the fourth day you could get the second spray and this wrap. So it's kind of hard because that was actually just this past weekend when we were at our grandma's house. So my mom went on her data, and we actually had to, me and Brayton had to sign into both of our accounts one by one, and Brayton watched 20 minutes and I watched 20 minutes, and for whatever reason, Brayton got the first spray, but I didn't, so I don't know why. I don't really care, because all I really wanted was the wrap. But the good thing is, right when we got home, I watched literally, like, we got home just in time, because I pretty much watched the last 20 minutes of the World Cup. And yeah, but I did get the wrap in the second spray, so and the second spray is actually better than I thought. I still don't really care, but it's good that I got it, because then I wouldn't have got the wrap. But yeah, so that is that. Currently I'm just using it because I just got it, but of course I just use whatever wraps. Yeah, so that is all of the wraps finally. So now after we go through music, we can pretty much just go through everything really quick. And usually I let you guys listen to like a good amount of the music, but that just takes up a lot of time. So a lot of you probably already know what all this music sounds like, and if you don't, just search it up on YouTube and you can listen to it. But yeah, usually there's only like 3 music packs at a season, but this season there's actually 2 challenge music packs that you could get, and then there's also a couple more that you could buy, and I've only bought 2 music packs, um, like in the shop, and yeah, I bought one which I have been listening to this video. This is my, we'll get onto that. So first off is Justice. You can listen to a second of it, but it's basically, as you can hear, um, it's basically just a remix of another emote, as they've done with quite a few emotes, as you can see here now. Yeah, of course I don't have all the music packs, but I have a good majority of them. But yeah, so it's basically just a remix of the Orange Justice music, and says press play and vibe out. But again, just search them up if you really want to listen to them. And then Afterburner. I believe this one was actually from another one of Epic Games' games called Robo Recall. I believe this was the one from it. Yeah, so that's kind of a cool little reference, and it says press play and reach the sky. And then the last one from Battle Pass, you got Neo World. It says press play and dig in. Just some cool like synth music there. And then you got Saxy Groove right here, of course, based off of like the emote I'm known for. And not in most emote music, they like remix it or just kind of like dim it out and then bring it in heavily and everything. But this one, it's like some parts it's literally just like the emo, like as you can hear right here. But then it actually like slows down and turns into like some slow jazz, and then it goes to like rock jazz, and it's like a whole new song. And this music track is, in my opinion, the best music pack so far in the game. When I first listened to this, I like actually got chills on some parts of it, and yeah, I absolutely love this music pack. Of course, my past favorite one was the choral chorus, but that's still my second favorite one. But yeah, absolutely love that one. And then Sparkles, right here from the 14 Days of Summer challenges. It's just another one of those music packs where it's like it's not even remixed. It's literally just the emote. But yeah, I don't like the music from this emote in the first place. Just like the oh. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's just like this one. They're not even remixed. It's literally just the emote music, pretty much. So yeah, so I listened to that. I had it equipped the first couple days when I got it because I wasn't even playing much then anyway, on Battle Royale at least. But ever since then, I haven't really used it. And I've been using this one for the past couple days. Everybody's been asking for this ever since music. But yeah, literally, it is the music that plays on the birthday-themed battle bus. Um, yeah, it starts out kind of weird. The the like the tempo gets weird at some points, but yeah, it says press play and blow out the candles, and yeah, just the birthday music. So yeah, that's kind of cool, and this says press play and get glittery. So yeah, so that's all the music packs. So now we can just go through, cause now all we have is the emoticon sprays and loading screens, and we don't really need to talk about those too much. We can just go through those as quick as we can. Alright, so now we can go into speed rounds. So emoticons, so first off is, I don't think I put these in the right, order, but, somehow, yeah, so first off, you got Skeptical. So another new thing to this battle pass is animated emoticons. Last season it was animated sprays, but now it's animated emoticons. So yeah, so we got this one, which is literally fish stick, and as you can see there, he actually like winks, kind of. But yeah, so that is Skeptical. And then you got Perfect Blend, which was actually one of the 14 Days of Summer challenges, um, which is right here, another animated one. You can see he kind of like makes a surprised face or whatever, and it says so smooth, so cool. But yeah, so those are the 2 animated emoticons so far. I don't know if they're gonna make any more like in next season's battle pass, because I thought there's gonna be more animated sprays in this battle pass. Because there's only one last season, but this season there's actually no animated sprays. The only one is one I'll talk about upcoming soon. But Yeah, so then tomato, just going through, you got Tomato Head, and then Cuddle Up, and then Rex Roar. A lot of these were like teasing. These were like all characters that were teasing like Singularity and like the mech and everything again because you got Cuddle Team Lead. You got literally like you got Tomato Head, Cuddle Team Leader Rex, and then right here you got Driftin. Um, and then yeah, after that it goes to dot 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 with the Maven skin. And then you got Love Ranger. Let's see here, Wukong. Oh yeah, here is Dur, which is awfully similar to another emoticon we got before. As you can see, it's literally right next to the other one too. I think we got this one like season 7 or something. I can't remember, but yeah, this one's literally just like tilted and it has like a little drip right there or whatever that is. But yeah, they're pretty much identical emoticons, so I don't know why they did that, but okay. Um, so yeah, so then you got Skull Trooper there. Um, Skeptical we already showed, and then Surrender, which I believe. Oh no, last one is IDK with like the little typed out thing that people do. Um, so yeah, so then now you can finally get into it. So why I had my main banner icon in this is because this season. Well, I guess we'll just talk about it now. But this season, why it is my most accomplished like season so far is because I always like complete all the event challenges and just all the challenges throughout the season. But this season, I also maxed out to level 100. I got everything done in the season. I got all 100 Fort Bites, all weekly challenges done, all birthday challenges, John Wick challenges, overtime challenges, 14 days of summer challenges, everything. But yes, we finally did it. It's beautiful. Level 100. So basically, how I did it, before you say, oh, you just have no life. Basically, yes, I did get a decent amount of wins this season, but I actually probably played less than I usually do. What I did is we got a decent amount of wins, but then like like any time I was awake, from week 1 through week 7, me and Brayton would, I believe it's around week 7, me and Brayton just had it sitting there doing AFK War Games, or I mean not AFK War Games, AFK Team Rumble, and eventually finally reached level 100. I basically just had it AFK while I was doing my big Iron Man drawing that I showed you on the last day vlog so far. Um, yeah, and I did that, and I was also had it doing that while we were like remodeling our deck outside, and while I was drawing or watching YouTube, editing videos, whatever. I had AFK. Um, and yeah, I finally did it. And why I did that is because Bridgeton's trying to do it. I don't. He's somehow he didn't manage to reach level 100 this season. He's like level 98. So that kind of sucks. But you guys know, like season 6, I got to like level 94, and then season 7, I believe, I got to like level 96. So it's about time I finally get to level 100. But yeah, so I believe from now on this will be my new main banner icon. Pretty much the only one I will ever use on Battle Royale. But yeah, another reason I decided to do it this season is because out of all the level 100 ones, this one's my favorite. I don't have any of the other ones, of course, but I just like this one because it's really like simple, and it's actually like it's like silver and cyan, and it's like a holographic like kind of projection of the 100. And yeah, it just looks really good there. So yeah, so that was a banner icon that I got for it there. But then you will also get a spray and an emoticon, which I will show the emoticon right now. So the emoticon, here it is. So yeah, so there's the emoticon. It says season level 100, recognition for reaching season level 100 in Battle Royale Season 9. Um, so yeah, so that's that. And then you got birthday cupcake from the birthday challenges. So their first birthday back in season 5, you got this one. Celebrates Fortnite's first birthday. But this season, you pretty much got the same thing, but with a 2 on it, and it looks a little bit different. But yeah, you can see right there. So now you got, it just says express yourself on the battlefield per the B-Day bunch set, but hey, it's got a Heater 2 one. So that's it for emoticons. So now you got spray. So these emoticons and sprays had a lot to do with like or pretty much everything in the battle pass had a lot to do with emoticons. Like there's like use this spray at this area, um, uh, but you actually had to use them to unlock a lot of the um, banner icon, or a lot of them to unlock a lot of the fort bites. So yeah, so you got Rock Love with that whole thing that's been going on since like beginning of season 8 with the whole like Rock family. And then got Rocks, and then this way it's kind of like those season 4 emotes that for people who don't have them, there's like a whole bunch of arrows and circles in season 4. Um, I have I believe all of them. But now this season there's like more arrows and stuff, but they have like more cool colors, so I guess that's kind of cool. And then you got there's always like one pixel spray per season. This time it's Pixel Jonesy. Um, let's see here, and then you got Sunbird there. Um, and then that way you got this way and that way. Um, and then Fate, and then Nope, and then the little Nana Nana it's like sticker, and then Bush Peak, uh, and then Arc, and then Bot. You had to spray this one to the bot factory. That's when it was confirmed to be like a bot factory building a robot. Um, but yeah, you can also spray it to call people bots. Oh, hiccup. Um, and then the last spray from this battle pass is Sentinel there. Um, so yeah, so that's all the sprays from the battle pass. But then there's two more sprays, I believe. Yeah, two more sprays that I got, or three more actually. I believe. Oh no, there's a few more actually. So yeah, so there's a lot of sprays from challenges. So let's see if we can manage to find them all. So let's see on my list here. Um, so first off, we got so that was all the battle pass ones, but then we got goat, which this is from like the downtown drop challenges. So yeah, so you got a little goat here, part of the hang time set. And then you got game face with like the skin. I can't remember the skin's name. But yeah, and then you got him, and you actually have another spray, the third and final spray from those challenge, or no, there's four sprays from those challenges. So the third out of fourth spray that you could get from the challenges is that skin. Still can't remember his name, but yeah, the one of the skins from that event. But yeah, I don't know what that. It looks like it's supposed to say something, but I don't really know. But yeah, just slam dunk there. And then um, the last spray you got from that event is Wings, which is Fistic wearing an impulse grenade. Like from that event, you had impulse grenades and boogie bombs. Um, and then from the 14 days of summer challenges, you got the Sunny spray and the Surf Stick spray. Um, and then the spray for reaching season level 100 right here. Recognition for reaching season level 100 in Battle Royale Season 9 is season level 100. As like I was talking about, it's like the silver like metal with like the holographic projection of like the 100 there. So yeah, so I just really love how that looks. But yeah, so and then, of course, World Cup 2019. This was a spray I was talking about. The other one was the Game Jam spray, and I just don't really like raps that like say stuff. But also, it wasn't animated. It was literally just the Game Jam was literally just like a half an hour long video that you just had to watch the premiere of to get the spray on the first day, and then after that it was just day 1 through 3 of the World Cup. But this spray was actually the second animated spray that I was just talking about earlier. That wasn't in the battle pass, but you actually got it from this. And if you actually got a ticket or whatever, if you went to the World Cup, a lot of the people on Twitter are saying like giving away free World Cup sprays. That's a big thing right now. World Cup codes, because you get like 2,000 V-Bucks in this spray and something else. But yeah, so I got the spray. So I guess I got another spray that people, I guess, are trying to convince people that they're doing giveaways of um, on Twitter. Of course, another one was like giving away Walmart codes to get this spray. Um, but yeah, so now I got another one. But this is actually animated, as you can see. It's just like this one with like the like shine kind of the effect. It's just the same thing with this, just on like the battle bus. But it looks, I don't know why it's like so small. It looks like it could be bigger, but yeah. So and it says part of the World Cup 2019 set. But yeah, so that's the spray I did get. The other one was of course only uncommon. I really don't care that I don't have that spray. Don't know. I just don't know why I didn't get it, but I don't really care. Um, and then you got this many, like how people say like how old are you, and then like a young kid would say like this many. So last year you got the spray. Happy birthday, spray the news. It's Fortnite's first birthday. Um, but now somewhere around here you got the spray for their second birthday, which has a lot more going on. I think it looks a lot more cool. Um, Called this menu, but I can't find it. Oh, here it is. So yeah, so it is like that with like the emoticon but on that, and it's actually the thing that they use for like that thing. I don't know why they're still there, but yeah. Same with overtime challenges. Um, but yeah, so that is that. So that is all the sprays finally. So now, last but not least, is loading screens or banner icons. Well, let's do banner icons real quick. So I don't know why, but for whatever reason, starting this season, when you switch to new banner, or not new banner icons, just a banner icon that you haven't used recently, you have to wait like a while, and you can see it's all fuzzy, and you can't really see what it is, and then it clears up. So I'm not gonna. It's gonna take forever if I wait for it to clear up. So probably any of you watching this far into the video already know what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, so they actually had the first of a lot of time. They had the Valentine's Day like uh, um, uh, glider that you could gift for free, but it was gift only. So this season they actually had two banner icons that you could gift, but they're gift only. And then they actually had another World Cup banner, which I didn't get because I went on my alt account, but it turns out at some point I unfriended myself. And you have to be friends for 2 days before you can get stuff. Again, to all those people on Twitter saying like, "Can you give me this?" And then people's just like, "I got you, friend me." And it's just like you literally have to be friends for 2 days. By the time you can gift it, it's gonna be gone. Yeah. So I friended myself back. So whenever there is another free thing, I'll be able to gift myself if I have to. Because Brayton and I usually gift it to each other, but for this time Brayton gifted it to someone else. But yeah, this is the two banner icons I did get. I gifted them to Brayton, he gifted them to me. But yeah, you got the Mecha Team Leader. I think it's just because a lot of these banner icons, they used to be so simple, but now like they got so much going on. But yeah, you got that one, really cool banner icon, the Mecha Team Leader, and then you could get this, which is the monster, like his eye. And then the other ones, we'll have to go through the battle pass to see. Let's see here. You got a little lounge chair with an umbrella, a paper airplane, a bone. They're all clear right here when I go through them, just not in my locker. And then an X, pretty cool banner icon to use on the skin and the back bling. Just really simple and everything. And then a piece of bacon. Maybe teasing Save the World, like the toilet bacon. And then a little paintbrush, a dinosaur, like a T-Rex, like a violin, a street cone, just random banner icons. Captain America's shield for people who don't have Captain America's shield. Just kidding. It's just like a target. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about like this banner icon that you got from like the challenges, Marvel or the Fortnite X Avengers Endgame thing event. And then you got like this little explosion thing or whatever. And then the last one, for whatever reason, is literally a trough or whatever they're called. Not a trough. Whatever they're called. This thing. I don't know why that's the last banner icon, but alright. So, yeah. But then there's some other banner icons you got from challenges. Of course, like the overtime challenges back in Season 7, you got the clock. This season, there is no more. Of course, Season 7 there was, but Season 8 and 9, you didn't get any like banner icons from completing all of them. But yeah, so from the 14 days of summer challenges, you actually got this little grill, and then you also got a rubber duck, but I didn't really use any of them, because by that time I already had the level 101. I'll probably be using that for the rest of my time on Battle Royale. And I don't think there's any other banner icons that we got, but there was, of course, this season, for whatever reason, they stopped doing, like, the weekly, like, on even weeks, I believe. It used to be, like, you would get the banner icon, then on odd weeks you would, or actually I can see here, yeah, so on odd weeks you would get, secret battle stars, and then on even weeks you would get a secret banner icon, but, for whatever reason, they don't do that anymore, so I don't know, it doesn't really matter, because of course I won't be using them anymore anyway, um, but, I guess like with how many banner icons they've been making, like they're probably worried they're gonna be running out of ideas or something. So yeah, so no secret banner icons from weekly challenges that we have to show, but there was, of course, like from some of the battle pass skins, like the main ones you got for completing all the challenges, you get like the little like skins or skin banner icons like that. And this season you got rocks. Sentinel, and Vendetta there. So other than that, pretty sure that's all the banner icons from the season. We'll get into the other ones once you get to Save the World, the Save the World section of the video. But yeah, so that is all the banner icons. So now loading screens. Let's go through Mesmerized, Lava Rising. A lot of these are like showcased for like events or game modes or whatever, but also sets and like concept art and whatnot. But yeah, then you got Rocks, Conquest, Bright Future, Air Royale, Molten Legends, Stratus, Heat. I was really hoping this would be a loading screen. Very cool right there. And then the final one is Neon Glow. So yeah, so that's all those ones. But then from the banner icon I was talking about or the loading screen I was talking about that you get from the one of the other challenges from the zombie challenges, the Horde Rush challenges. You got Never Surrender. So yeah, just team up and take on the Horde. A little description of that. And then you got from the 14 Days of Summer challenges, you got Soak It Up, which let me see if I can even find any of these in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, these are kind of just showing like Drift's return to the island or whatever, and him hanging out with Bright Bomber and whatever, like they did back in season 5, from like those weekly loading screens. Yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to find these. Is this Soak It Up? Yeah, this is this is Soak It Up. So yeah, so this is Soak It Up, one of the 14 Days of Summer challenges. And then the other one was Summertime Splashdown, like from that game mode. Wherever on Earth that could be. Oh, here it is. So yeah, so then I was saying, like, those look like coordinates back there, and they did end up actually being for a Fortnite or something, I believe. Or actually, it might have been for one of the challenges for 14 Days of Summer, I can't remember. But then again, for completing, or getting all 100 Fortnites, I was saying, you, of course, you uncover the full screen, but then he's like hiding something, or he's in front of something right there. And then once you get it, you actually there's a picture at the end of the video. But there's a little screen that you get, and you get the loading screen of him like rushing towards the camera to like show us something. It says he tried to warn us. It's called Visions, and yeah, basically what he was hiding was the robot fighting the monster there, teasing that event. So yeah, it's pretty cool that we got a loading screen for that too. And then from the overtime challenges, you could unlock 3 loading screens, which just so I don't have to find them, I'm not gonna like show them in there, just because I can see them easily right here. So yeah, you got Ready to Fight, part of the final showdown set. It says the island depends on you. And then for the World Cup, you got the quest for the cup. The world is watching. And then ever since season 7, when the overtime challenges started, you got like when you're loading up the game, there's like the screen that you get, and they made that into a loading screen. But this season it's weird because like the other 2 seasons, season 7 and 8, it was literally just the loading screen made into a loading screen that you could use in your locker. But this season it's the same thing, but for whatever reason, everybody from Vendetta over to on his right is in a different, like a slightly different pose. So I don't know why. Some of them look unnatural. Demi looks like she like broke her neck, and then Vendetta looks like he's about to trip. And yeah, it's kind of weird. Don't know why they did that, but yeah. So then you got the season 9 showcase art, and I just realized that for the loading screens, they're actually like all in order here. Of course, you got the season 7, season 8, season 9 ones there, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, so then that is all like the loading screens, but then you have the weekly ones. So yeah, so you got number 1 for week 1 right here. So terminal velocity backup has arrived, and then number 2, you got Neo Chasers, last seen battling at Dino Park Outhouse. These 2 can't be stopped. So basically, these loading screens this season, usually, of course, like let's just find like a weekly or season 1. Like usually they like kind of they tell a story or whatever throughout the season. But this season they're just like it showed like a set or whatever of item shop skins that usually came out like that Saturday or whatever. Within the next the next week or so after that week of challenges came out. Um, so yeah, they're kind of just like promotional art, I guess. But then yeah, so then dog days. Um, where's number three? So yeah, so number three, dog days. You're the man now, doggo. So there's those, and then of course they all have like the secret things showing where the stars are, but this time not for the banner icons because that wasn't a thing this season. And then number four, right here, winner takes all Sandstorm and Scimitar race to the Keyboard King ATM, and the winner always gets paid. Unlike all the other ones, these ones took forever to come out. They were like leaked a while ago, and then everybody thought that this loading screen came out. They were going to come out within the next few days, but then they still didn't come out until around the time that the Horde Rush came out, because for whatever reason, these two were like the promotional skins for the Horde Rush. I don't know why, but alright. And then Raging Storm, of course, this one got me pretty excited because teased the Tempest skin right there and his glider back there and everything. But yeah, so that's it. It says not even the slipstream is safe from the Raging Storm. And then number 6, where's that? Right here. Sure shot. It says only the best snipers can take out a hollow cloak tower lamp from the rooftops in Neo Tilted. Teasing Synapse and her set and whatnot. And then number 7, right here, Stormlight Skirmish, Night Beam and Flare narrowly escape during Midnight Raid. And then, where is it? Raging Storm, Sure Shot, Stormlight Skirmish. Oh yeah, so number 8, where is it? Right here. High score, Peely and Jonesy first met at Bio Bros and instantly knew they would be friends forever. And this is when I thought Bio Bros was going to finally come out, because, I mean, we already have Peely, Jonesy's a default, and we already have Bunker Jonesy. So the only other thing that could be teasing for an item shop skin coming out soon is Bio Bros. So I thought he was going to come out, but yeah, he's still not out, so this loading screen is just kind of the opening little video at the beginning of the season, so it wasn't like the rest of the loading screens this season. But then number 9, Beach Bowl drop in, of course, like one of the other most hyped up skins this season, Summer Beach or Beach Bomber. And then Neon Jungle. This is probably like my favorite weekly loading screen from this season. But yeah, it's just got like a futuristic city. I don't know if it's supposed to be Neo Tilted. It says you're a long way from Lonely Lodge. But yeah, so it wasn't teasing an item shop skin, but it was teasing Breakpoint. And as you can see on that screen on the left side of her the monster that's on her little vest is actually like on that screen, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so that is that. So overall, that is it for Battle Royale. Finally, of course, like I said, this video is going to be longer than most of the end of season results video, just because I didn't get as much this season, but there's like a lot more going on this season, just like season 7. But luckily, it's only like every few seasons that does that, so only every few seasons will be super long. But yeah, so now for my stats, my overall account level is now 512, so definitely improved upon that since we went up 100 levels this season. So yeah, and then overall, throughout my Season 9, I got 30 wins. Of course, one of those was from John Wick. I only got one win on that, and I actually got a win with one of my other friends on One Shot, and then the next day, me and Bryson actually got a win on One Shot, which I've never got a win on any like snipers only game modes, so that was pretty cool. I played One Shot a lot more this season than I have any other time, because normally I don't like snipers. I still don't like Sniper Shootout, and One Shot I didn't like until then. I'm still not a huge fan of it, but I'm more of a fan than I used to. But then, yeah, of course, like 15 of those or so were from Horde Rush. I believe like 6 or something like that were from regular squads. Like 2 or 3 of them were from regular duos. Of course, that first win on trios that we got counts for squads actually. Like on a Fortnite tracker. But in game it just counts as an LTM win. And then yeah, I can't remember what else, but yeah, a lot of wins there. And then my overall wins is now 140. And then my overall kills, I hit 3,000 overall kills. I have like somewhere around 3,050. Can't remember exactly, but somewhere around there. So yeah, so that is it for Battle Royale finally. So now we gotta go over to a Save the World. So get a nice look at this because it's beautiful, level 100 max. But yeah, so pretty much overall, sadly, I didn't get to play Save the World for those first 6 or 7 weeks. Basically, all I did was got on Save the World every day to do like my daily quests and whatnot. Because all the other time I was spending AFK grinding XP. um, but yeah, ever since then, I have. It's probably been the least amount I've ever played Battle Royale. Like, I play to get challenges done and like get bundles and play with them and whatnot. But other than that, I've just been playing Save the World. I'm at this point, I'm honestly kind of more of a Save the World player. I've just been enjoying it a lot more, and of course, I'm very end game now. But we'll get onto that. So that is pretty much it for Battle Royale. So now we'll go over to Save the World. Alright guys, now here we are on Save the World, and real quick, if you're wondering like why is he having so much trouble finding the privacy, because again, I've been playing a lot more Save the World lately, and the privacy on Save the World is still right here. Um, but on Battle Royale, you gotta go all the way in there and stuff apparently now. I don't know when they did that. Yeah, so here we are on Save the World. So yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna fix this with Season 10 or whatever, but for whatever reason, the update that brought the year 2 birthday llamas back. The current main quest, like since I'm all done with like Canny Valley and all that stuff, this whole square used to be like in the center here, but now it's just on the left side. I don't know why, because there's never anything right here. So there's just open space right there, and it's just over here. It's really weird. Um, but yeah, so as you can see, I am now power level 124. Last season, I literally just hit power level 100 right before I filmed the end of season results video, and I was not expecting to go up any more than like 15 power levels this season. But basically, you guys know my commander squads. At the end of last season, I was saying I'm going to work on them throughout the season, and a couple nights ago, man oh man did I do that. I've been replacing epic survivors with legendary ones with mythic ones, and I have been going with personality matches, and you can just see I was so happy because my EMT squad, I finally got full matches. And you can just look at my squads, like um, I mean, there's still some squads that don't have full personality matches, but like last season, at the end of last season, I think the most personality matches I had in a single squad was like 3 out of 7. Like, but now I have like a few squads with full personality matches. But even that, I think the least amount of personality matches I have in any of my squads is, yeah, 3 out of 7. There's two with 3 out of 7. But as you can see, I actually have one, two, three. I have 3 squads with full personality matches, 7 out of 7. And yeah, as you can see, a lot more of my survivors are legendary. I still have a lot of epic. Throughout season 10 and whatnot, I'm going to be replacing those with legendary as I get them, and trying to get more personality matches on the ones that don't have it. But I also did. There's 2 missions like throughout the season that got mythic survivors, and as you guys know, I never spent any V Bucks on Save the World, but I actually did now. Since I kind of moved more over to Save the World, I actually unslotted like 2 of the mythic survivors I really needed, because I just didn't really understand survivors back when I got them. And yeah, only one of my mythic survivors is in my collection book still, because I don't need to use her for anything. But I did unslot like 2 of them. But any legendary survivors and mythic survivors you see here are max, and most of my epic survivors are max, but there's still a few that aren't. Um, but to reach power level 131, I don't think you can have any epic survivors. A lot of people say you have to have all mythic leads, but you at least just have to have all legendary survivors, and then at least like 3 mythic leads. So if I can just get all my epic survivors to legendary, I will be perfectly fine. As you can see, most of my leads are already mythic, actually. Um, I believe 5 out of 7 are mythic, or 4 out of 7 or something like that. But yeah, so that's my main thing I really want to go, or one of my main things I really want to go over. And you can see not only personality matches, but I also have a lot more matches on other things. You can see I got all personality matches, leader match, range damage bonus, and shield regen bonus on this squad. This is probably one of my best squads so far. And yeah, that is that. So yeah, power level 124, max is 131, and of course, I believe at the end of last season, I was main account level 310, and I said last season, um, last season that they might switch it out, and then I might not be max level, but they didn't. Max level is still 310, but you can actually still level up. If I could still go up, I'm probably actually like level 350 or 60 something. I don't really know. I reached level 310 a while ago. I can't remember if it was last season or this season, but yeah, if not, then I've been max level 310 for quite a while now. Um, but yeah, you can still level up and get rewards, as you can see, but it just you stay at 310 for whatever reason. Um, but yeah, then also my research tabs a while ago now, I actually maxed them all out. Um, so yeah, and that's the max amount of research points you can get. So as of right now, you can't go any farther than that. And then I believe at the end of last season I had these all maxed out, but if not, I have all these maxed out. I believe I showed that before though. Um, but yeah, so then the other thing I spent some V-Bucks on is unslotting some heroes to make more classes because the updates, like the birthday update stuff, if you for every area, each of the 4 areas that you have fully completed, like all 10 storm shield defenses in all those areas, it gave you an extra hero slot, which I never used anyway. I used my 4 main hero slots for my constructor class, along with my constructor, ninja, outlander, and soldier class. But now I actually have a sniper class for endurance and stuff, which of course is like Zenith. So I put him. He used to be my main outlanders. It actually used to be Jingle Jess, and then it went to Zenith, but like nobody liked Zenith, and he was not that great of a character. But then after the hero rework, he actually became one of the best. Like he became the best sniper hero in the game, and like the best hero for endurance. So I just recently got him. I did him, and I only got to use him for canny endurance, but man, he did help. It's very very nice. As long as you have a crit, like sniper, because he freezes on crit hits. But yeah, so going over my hero loadouts real quick. I'll talk about these more in a second. But my Outlander class, I believe at the end of last season, my main Outlander was still whatever his name is. Uh, what's his name? I can't remember. This was my main Outlander. I believe it was Striker AC or something like that. But yeah, I still using my support squad. He's still 130 because I couldn't reset mine, or I think I could reset him, but he's my main Outlander for so long, and I just didn't really want to reset him, and why not? It just gives me more health and stuff in my squads. But yeah, so this is my new main Outlander class. I use Cyberclops. Of course, one of the main event this season was the retro sci-fi like Beyond the Stellar Horizon event, which in my opinion, like I mean, not only was the event great, like they had whole missions with like movie sets and stuff, and I love like movies and like sci-fi and all that. I love like the design of all the weapons, but yeah, just like the design that they put into all the heroes and weapons and like the challenges themselves was not only amazing, but also in my opinion, it is probably the new best set overall in the game. Like, there's not really a bad weapon. I'll talk about it more later, but um, there's not like a single like bad weapon in the set. I mean, there's some weapons I wouldn't really use, but there's like none of the bad weapons are bad. But then some of the weapons are just like there's a lot of weapons that are just absolutely amazing. And the heroes, none of them are really good. But Cyberclops is, in my opinion, the best Outlander in the game. Unless if you're trying to do a sniper class or a farming class or whatever. But basically what he does is energy damage has a 20% chance to zap nearby enemies with 116% damage dealt. So if you're using energy damage, including Teddy, or Seismic Splash, anything that does energy damage, it's like the Founder's Revolt, and it chains like electricity to up to like 5 different enemies. And so yeah, so his like shock tower and stuff, it just mows through crowds of enemies, and it's just insane. And most of my weapons are energy, and energy is just like, in my opinion, the best element because it does the most like consistent damage to overall like any element. Yeah, so that's my main one. I'm still using Shake It Off just because the decreased duration of elemental status effects by 50% is very nice. But then I got Survivalist. You guys know I used to use Survivalist Jonesy, but basically I just put him in my collection book, or I reset him, put him in my collection book. and I'm now using Birthday Brigade Jonesy. And if you're wondering why, it's because they literally have the same exact perk. Birthday Brigade Jonesy is literally just a reskin. But why I used him is just because, I mean, he's a lot more unique and just looks more cool than Survivalist. So I guess in the background, he just looks better than Survivalist Jonesy. Survivalist Jonesy, he was back in the day when I was in a Stonewoodian. He was actually my main soldier. Um, just because I didn't really know how it worked and I just used whatever I had, but now I actually like know the game and stuff. But yeah, so he's actually 130. The reason I brought him up to 130, even though I don't use him as a commander or anything, is because he is the only hero that I actually use in every single one of my support teams in my any hero squad or hero class, no matter what hero class it is. Just because eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds, duration refresh with additional eliminations. It's just very, very nice to have. And yeah, just gives every class, since he's 130, it just gives every class extra health and shield. And then, yeah, most of the rest of the stuff is the same as last season. 4 on the floor, present arms, explosive rounds, and then sustain smash. I just moved him there because I really like, I really like the seismic smash, especially with 4 on the floor, how it stays there and leaves a pulsing zone with like the drum solo. But yeah, I just really like Seismic Smash, and especially since it does energy damage along with Sustain Smash, it has the chain effect, and Seismic Smash is very good with this loadout as well. Because as a commander, he does like a lot more percent cost, but even in my support team, he still decreases Seismic Smash energy cost by 38%, so I can still use it like every 10 or 15 seconds or so. So yeah, it's not my new main Outlander class, of course. And then stage, this two, you can see all my classes, I believe now, all of them have surpassed 200 health, 200,000 health. I don't know about my ninja class. Oh wow, yeah. So all my classes have passed 200,000 health. But now my new main soldier class, so you guys know like my classes used to be like they're like bad and then they're improving. And last season they're improving, but there's still some things like why would I have it, and it was just kind of useless. But now my classes are like really good. I mean, in my opinion, just really good classes for what I need them for and everything. And now my soldier class, I used to have last season I had like Crackshaw as my main hero or my main soldier. But I figured out like what's the point? So I reset him and put him in my collection book actually because I didn't really need to use him. He's just not that useful of a hero. So I put him in my collection book because I need my support team. Um, but now I have, without a doubt, like it's not even arguable, Tactical Assault Sledgehammer. I don't know if you would say he's the best soldier in the game, even though I would, but if you're using assault rifles, which is what you're going to be using as a soldier usually, it's not even arguable. He's the best for that because he gives assault crit damage, and as your commander, he increases assault critical damage by 225%. So if you hit any crits you hit with an assault rifle, or any assault weapon, it's gonna do insane damage. Um, so yeah, so it's just crazy. Um, and also he has my 3 favorite things as a soldier: going commando, shockwave, and frag grenades. Because that was another thing with Crackshaw. He had lefty and righty, which I hate lefty and righty. I'm still not a huge fan of the minigun, but I mean it's definitely better than lefty and righty. Because if I'm gonna use pistols, I'm gonna be using my Ginger Blaster, which is way better than lefty and righty. Um, and then now I have keep out. So my this is mainly for my grenades. So my grenades is like really good actually with this class too. And it's for each soldier. So all 5 of these are soldiers. So this is getting buffed 5 times too. So it's pretty powerful. But basically, it leaves once your grenades explode, it leaves an energized area dealing 12 base energy damage per second for 6 seconds. Uh, and then the base radius is 0.375 tiles, and it increased by 40% with each match. So that means it's increased by 40% times 5. So yeah. And then I finally upgraded Buckshot Raptor to 106. So because I never really used shotguns, but as we'll talk about in a second, I do now. Because I only used like my helium shotgun when I needed that my daily quest, but now there's one that I really like. Um, but yeah, this basically there's like heroes, like main heroes for critical damage for each weapon. Basically, can't remember her name. Or I basically he doesn't do it, but like Zenith is basically the main hero for snipers, even though he doesn't have like the critical damage thing. He's just like, it's not the critical damage, it's the freezing. So he's pretty much the main hero for sniping. But then you got Tactical Assault Sledgehammer for assault rifles, and then Beetle Jess for pistols. She increases the critical chance by 75% in support team, and then as your commander by 225%. And then for shotguns, you got Buckshot Raptor. So I was gonna make a shotgun class, but I just figured I would be using my shotguns like as my soldiers. So my soldiers gonna be like assault rifles and shotguns. So I just put them in my support team. So now not only do I have 225% increased assault damage, but now I have 75% increased shotgun crit damage. So then I still have this was after crack shot. I This was actually my main commander I used for a little bit. Uh, she has the same perk as like Skull Trooper Jonesy or whatever. But this is Skull Ranger Ramirez, and she has Locked and Reloaded, which is after reloading increases weapon damage by 15% for 5 seconds. Switching weapons removes buffs. So that means like every time um, not only do like my weapons have my shotguns, my ARs have increased crit damage by a lot, but every time I reload my assault or anytime I reload anything, then they also do more damage. So overall, 15% more damage. So overall, pretty much any weapon I'm using as my soldier class is just buffed like massively. And then I have Power Impact. Increases shockwave radius by 37.5%, so that's kind of nice, just takes out more crowds of enemies. And then, of course, Survivalist and Cluster Bomb, so my grenades, to make them even better, not only do they have Keep Out, but they have Cluster Bomb, so the frag grenades explodes into 6 smaller grenades, which each deal 16 base energy damage and a 0.5 tile radius. Then a stationary hover turrets and airstrike. So that is that. And then 3 is this is the only hero that I'm still using that I was last season, because this is actually my ninja class was actually good last season. My ninja class was the only one that was actually like really good, and like most people want to say like, why are you using that? Because my other classes were like, they were okay, but they weren't like really good classes. But this one, I think the only one I changed was like, instead of Survivalist Jonesy, I put Birthday Brigade Jonesy in there, but that doesn't change anything. It's just him, how he looks in the background. But other than that, it's just the same, because I mean, I still have 2 additional jumps, and then I have Hang Time, which increases damage by 140%, which is really good, especially like for mimics and mist monsters. I just completely just demolish while I'm hovering. Um, and then also the Kunai Storms, my daggers explode after the impact, so I have like 2 impacts, and then the stars, so I don't have to waste time throwing the stars one by one. I just throw them all by one, and it adds 1 additional star. And then Corrupt Area, um, while I'm in Shadow Stance after like using a sword or melee weapon, um, then I deal 6 base damage per second to nearby enemies. While I'm in Shadow Stance, and then when I use my Smoke Bomb, if I'm in it or anybody in my squad's in it or whatever, it heals for 10 base health per second. And I got Stationary Hover Turrets and Adrenaline Rush. And then not last but not least, my constructor class. I now have, of course, one that like most people or a lot of people use, Mega Base Kyle. I actually recruited him. It's expensive, but increases base connectivity range by 3. My class was really bad last time. I was using this guy, Sentry Gunner Krampus. Like he was hard to get because he had just 545 minutes in Frost Knight, even though now you can just get him out of the second day Fortnite birthday llamas. But like as your commander, there's no reason like if I get a better commander, I'll even like switch this guy out. But I mean, I'll switch this guy out in my support team. But as of right now, I just think it's really um, it is pretty helpful still. But yeah, so Mega Base Kyle. I still have Boom Base because it's just, I mean, not only is the cool steel wool music, but it also increases damage by 12%, critical rating by 15 for allies within 5 tiles. And that's why this has an exclamation mark, because he doesn't do anything for like the squad. I mean, he's mythic and he's 106, so he gives quite a bit of health and shield. But I have to have 2 steel wool characters, and either way, him or Carlos, they're not going to give anything to the base, or the class are just 2 steel wool characters or heroes. But then, yeah, maximum overload, increased connector overload damage by 50%, so when I'm using hardware, it does a lot more. And then this, the reason I'm not a huge fan of it, because it has Plasma Pulse, Rosie, and Bull Rush, um, which is another reason why this guy's a lot better than this guy as a commander, because this guy had like the um, decoy, which is good, but I just much rather have Bullet Rush, especially for like, it was so useful for like Twin Peaks with the Mist Monsters, pushing them into lava and stuff. But when I do use Rosie, for each Rosie elimination increases Rosie damage by 4% up to a maximum of 30 stacks. So if you're just shooting like Mist Monsters, you can rack up some serious damage with that. And then Electrified Floor is one of the nicest. I don't know if you could use her as a commander, but I think she's mainly for support team. But yeah, from Thunder Thora, she makes electrified floors, so any enemies standing on any floors affected by your base, which is also very nice to have Mega Base Kyle as your commander, because then it makes the base even bigger, so you can affect more. They take 12.7 base energy damage every 5 seconds, so that's very nice. You can steal people's kills or whatever. And then, of course, Survivalist and Stationary Hover Turret and Slow Field. And then last but not least, those are my main four classes, but then this is like my endurance or defense class, my sniper class. Of course, Sub-Zero Zenith. If you're wondering why, no, he doesn't give it more crit damage, but it's Icy Shot Plus, so sniper critical hits freeze enemies for 1.6 seconds and apply water affliction, dealing 21 base water damage per second for 3 seconds. So it freezes them for a decent amount of time while you can also hurt them. But then while you're shooting at them while they're frozen, then they also take like affliction damage. So then for my team perk, I put Slow Your Roll. I don't see a lot of people using this on their classes for this, but like their Sub-Zero Zenith classes. But honestly, this is probably the best perk. I don't know what hero you get this perk from, but it's very, very nice because if the Mist Monsters or anything does get to you, like during Endurance or whatever, anything that hits you, it freezes them for 2 seconds, and then Mist Monsters, it doesn't freeze, but they are slowed by 43%. So that's very nice because, I mean, Mist Monsters, it just slows down a lot, and then you can crit them and fully freeze them, and then Mist Monsters, regular melee attackers, it freezes for 2 seconds, and then you can take care of them. And of course, Survivalist, and I got Locked and Reloaded just so, not only do I have, like, the crit chance and stuff, and for, like, the critical rating, but then also just while reloading, not only will I freeze them, but also do more damage every time I reload, like my snipers or whatever. And then I got Present Arms, and then Plasma Arc, just so, like, when I'm using, like, any other weapons, like energy, just in case if I have to run around with this hero, I will do, like, the chain effect stuff. And then Assault crit damage, just for when I do have to use assaults with this hero, I can do some more crit damage, of course, there. And then I have Slow Field and Banner, again, because it's mainly for, that, endurance and whatnot. And then, of course, he has, like, Phase Shift, Teddy, and Shock Tower, so yeah, and then of course, since I have all 40 SSDs done, I also still have all those extra hero slots in case if I ever use them. Um, so also, if you're wondering, or these are all my heroes, so these ones are just like 34 because I don't use them and they don't have a place in the collection book. But all these heroes are ones I use in um, my squads, and I now have a full row of 130 heroes, and these ones are my favorited because these are my 4 main heroes. But if you're wondering how I've only been playing Save the World since like late November, if I have how I have tactical assault sledgehammer now, and Thunder Thor and all that, well, it's because of the second year birthday llamas. So last year there was these are leaving at the end of the season, but yeah, I saved up like 17,000, so I got a lot at the beginning, and basically it's anything I've been saving up tickets for them. Um, and yeah, so you can get anything that came out throughout year 2 of Fortnite. So like not like year 1 stuff, but on the 25th of July we actually got one free year 1 llama. Sadly I didn't get Beetle Jess. I wanted to make like a pistol class with Beetle Jess, or at least put her in my Outlander class because I love the Ginger Blaster, and she makes that a lot better. But that was a pretty low chance of me even getting that anyway. But the 3 things I literally only wanted 3 things because I have pretty much everything else I want. But the 3 things I wanted was number 1, Tactical Assault Sledgehammer. I just wanted him so bad for my soldier class, and then next up was Thunder Thora for my constructor class, and then third was the Bundle Bus because it is without a doubt the best thing in the game for taking care of Mist Monsters. Like my one, even my 106 Guttle, it usually, like blasters and takers, it will one shot up until like power level 1 14, I'd say, or so. But even then, it only takes like two shots. But if you guys don't know the bundle bus, it is amazing. It just shreds. But yeah, I actually got everything I wanted. Well, of course, a lot of duplicates because I have a lot of stuff, and I was opening them one by one, and I don't know why I was getting a lot of duplicates. The thing that was kind of making me mad is, of course, I've had all of Blakebeard's crew. I mean, the only thing I didn't have was Buccaneer Josie, the legendary one, but I got him from one of the llamas. But then for whatever reason, I have this full page complete, but I don't have an explanation or a check mark right there or right there. So I think the game's just not taking it as I have this page completed. Therefore, I was getting duplicates because stuff you don't have in your collection book, it will give you that again or whatever. And that's like how the dupe protection works. So I think it just wasn't taking it as I had this completed. So I got so many duplicates of like Privateer Hype, and I even got a duplicate of Hybrid and all that. It just kind of sucks because I could get other heroes while I'm getting duplicates of that stuff. Um, but yeah, and there's another page that I have complete. I can't remember which one it is, but there's another page I have complete that it's just not taking as having it complete. So hopefully that updates with season 10, because it's kind of annoying. Um, but yeah, so um, but yeah, so and then the third thing, or yeah, the bundle bus. So other than that, that's all I wanted, and it was kind of funny because it's like out of those first like 17 llamas I could get with like the 17,000 tickets I had, I got some stuff, but I didn't get any of the three things I wanted. But then over time, I actually got a choice between I can't remember what it was. It was a choice between uh uh tactical assault sledgehammer and something else. So I was so happy then. I got tactical assault sledgehammer, and it was funny because it was even in order. Because then second, like the next day or another llama sometime, I ended up getting Thunder Thora, and then the last thing that I got was the bundle bus. So yeah, so those are the three things that I got, and then all the stuff here is stuff that is an event schematic that you can't put in my collection book, or that it doesn't have a spot in the collection book, so you can't. It's either you keep it or recycle it, and I might as well keep it. So yeah, so of course some of this stuff I had since it was like first in the shop. Like I bought the Coco 45 back when it was in the shop. Uh, Same with the Sir Lancelot and the Jabberwocky and the Yeoman. And then the snowball launcher I got back when you could get it from the challenges. But from the birthday llamas, just some extra stuff that I got that you can't put in the collection book, but I kept is the Candy Corn LMG. And I know a lot of these weapons are really good. I'm not a huge fan of any of these weapons, and I don't really have a need for them. But yeah, Candy Corn LMG. It's one of the like only two weapons that spawns like healing pickups. It just drops healing Candy Corn pickups, and the Ginger Blaster drops the Gumdrop pickups. But yeah, so I got the Candy Corn LMG, Frostbite, the infamous Ghost Pistol. It's said to be the worst weapon in the game, not including like weapons like this and stuff. But yeah, it's a projectile weapon. It pierces. It does go through Shielder Huskies, right Husky shields, which that is probably the only redeeming factor of it. But other than that, it's just such a bad weapon. But I'm happy that I have it just because of a meme weapon. And then a last word, which is a good pistol, but in my opinion, if you already have a Ginger Blaster, then there's no point to use a last word because they're both quick reloading 6-shot revolvers. But the thing about the Ginger Blaster is it just has a lot more impact and damage than the last word, but it also spawns the healing gumdrop pickups, which I find more useful for the pistol anyway, than the headshot eliminations causing explosion. Because that's nice on some weapons, just for pistols I don't really need that. Um, and then I also got a lead sled, which is one of the best hardwares in the game for the DPS at least. And it looks cool. The pop shot, which is kind of cool, I got because you guys know I got like all the Frost Knight stuff. The only things I didn't get was the Tree of Light and the pop shot. So I got the pop shot now, but it's not really that good of a shotgun, so I just have it there. Rat King and the Rat-a-tat. Those are like the three Rat Rod weapons that don't have a place in the collection book. And then I got a Spyglass, and then the Typewriter, one of the infamous weapons for not being that great of a weapon, but if you trade it to anybody, Plankies and Stonewoodians go crazy over Typewriters, uh, uh, Gravediggers, and like Nocturnos and all that. Typewriter's one of those weapons. But yeah, so that's like all those. But then also I got a 6 feet under, and of course the Baron I could unslot, but I just kept in my collection book. Basically, I just upped this to 82 because the only reason I kept this, or the only reason I upgraded it was just 82, so it still does some damage just in case. But I'm not actually using it for that. I'm just using it for movement speed. The only reason the Baron's better is because it has 3 movement speed perks that you can have. But what I did is I put all the rolls to blue, and then I actually put legendary rolls on both the movement speeds. But also hitting an enemy grants 6% movement speed, so I'm fine with this. Because also I just like the name better than the Baron stuff, and yeah, I just use this. It's with these rolls, it's just about as fast as a God roll. Baron just not as fast, but it's fine for me. But then my traps, I finally, I've had wooden floor spikes, but I finally, towards the beginning of the season, I finally bought some more and upgraded them to 106, and I'm glad I did, because I don't know why I never did, but they are, they're one of my favorite traps. Like, they're just really good for, trap tunnels and just for basic use, because they slow down the enemies and also damage them. But then my traps, of course, like all these 106s and stuff, most of them, again, like I believe last season they had all these, but most of my traps, all my traps have at least all blue rolls. But then like most of my main ones or whatever, my better ones, I have at least one epic roll. I'm not gonna really do anything else with my traps besides that because I think they're, I don't really think traps really need to have, I don't think traps really need to have better rolls than that. Honestly. But yeah, so now for my 130 traps, I got, of course, I've like had wall dynamos and ceiling gas traps and my healing pads, because why not, even though I literally never use them. But now I also have retractable floor spikes, flame grill floor traps, and broadsides up to 130, because those are like all my traps I use most of the time. But now this is my 130 collection. It's like the main thing I want to show. So last season I can't remember how much 130 god rolls I had. Of course I don't. I keep them at 106 until they're god roll, and then I upgrade them to 130. Even though the only times I use 130s is any like mission that's 120 or higher, or like a 116 4 player or higher. Um, but yeah, so now all these ones that are favorited are not only my 130 god rolls, but they're also just my favorite weapons in the game. Yeah, so of course, like my weapons I had 130 god roll last time is like my pain train, my ginger blaster, my super shredder, spectral blade, and I believe, yeah, my tiny instrument of death, and I believe my Santa's little helper, and maybe my helium shotgun. But if not, those are all 130 god roll now. If I didn't show that last time. But for Fortnite or Save the World also had 14 days of summer challenges, and for completing all of them, it was basically just like fetch challenges and stuff like usual. But for completing all of them, you got the boom bow, which is a very very good weapon for Sub-Zero Zenith. Um, on Canning Endurance, I was just using my Super Shredder. It has critical rating, but it is surprisingly every other shot is usually a crit. So yeah, it was doing perfectly fine. But Boombo is usually what's used, especially if the rolls double crit rating and double crit damage. It's very very good with Sub-Zero Zenith. But luckily, as I was saying, like I was worried, like for completing 14 days of challenges, it would have to be a very good weapon, and it definitely was. So yeah, so as the Boombo there, and it causes affliction damage. So if you hit crits with Sub-Zero Zenith, not only are you doing the 6 affliction damage, then you're also doing the water affliction damage from Zenith. So yes, that could be pretty big. But yeah, and then my bundle bless I was talking about here, got that with the rolls on there: crit damage, reload speed, crit damage, and critical rating, and energy. So yeah, so usually, of course, I only use this. I usually only use this, of course, against like any miss monsters like Smashers, epic mini bosses, any of that. Just absolutely shreds through them. And it's really good because it uses mini ammo and stuff. It's counted as an assault. So if I'm using his tactical assault sledgehammer, it's just insane. But the only other thing I'll usually use it against is like very high power leveled huskies. But other than that, it's just way too overpowered to like take on any other husks, because it's just, I mean, it kills them with like the first. It's like bursts of 8 bullets, very quickly, and they're usually dead by the time that burst even gets done. So there's no point to use it on any power level like regular husk. So yeah, and then the Atomizer 9000. I wasn't a huge fan of it at first, but now it is either tied, if not better, than the best launcher in the game than Santa's Little Helper. These are like the two best. But this, it doesn't have insane range, but it does go, and then once it reaches its point or hits something, it explodes and sends projectiles. And it also creates an expanding ring of damage that can occur 4 seconds. And I got crit damage, durability, crit damage, crit rating, and also even without the durability perk, uh, this it's actually automatic. Eventually, you have to stop and it kind of like recharges for a couple seconds. But it's actually like automatic, unlike any other launcher in the game, except for like the like snowball launchers and whatnot. But the durability, it's like it's a launcher and it still says like has very low durability, but it actually lasts a lot longer. Not like a super lot longer, but it does last longer than any other launcher in the game. But this is just the start of a retro sci-fi set, as you can see right there. And as you can see, just alone for my 130 god rolls, I have 5 weapons from one set that I brought up to 130 god roll. That's just how good the retro sci-fi set is. The only other set that I brought up to 130 god roll, like multiple parts, is the winter set, I believe, because I have the pain train and the ginger blaster. But other than that, um, oh yeah, and the Santa's little helper. So there's 3, but other than that, no other weapons. Like they're either not part of sets or just I don't have anything. Cause like the other things like Bundle Bust, Boombo, Spectral Blade, Super Shredder, and Tiny Machine Death, those aren't part of sets. And then the Helium Shotgun and Wraith are, but I only have those 1 from the sets. So yeah, so next up is the Gamatron 9000, without a doubt the best burst assault rifle in the game, if you're not counting bundle busts, of course. Um, but I say the 3 best assault rifles in the game is a Pain Train, the Wraith, and the Gamatron 9000. Um, but I would count the bundle bust. It's just like what I count the bundle bust as is like it is an assault rifle, but it's not how you would use these other 3 assault rifles. So yeah, so of course, you can see it here. It looks very cool. I got crit damage, magazine size, crit rating, and crit damage. And most people have like the crit rating thing that, like the percent of crit rating or crit damage or whatever goes up for every certain amount of shots. But I actually I actually got 2 of them, and I did get one with that perk, that 6 perk. But I actually went with the one that eliminating any creates an expanding range damage, just because when I'm using this with anything with like Cyberclops, it has the chain thing, the chain damage, but also it has expanding range damage, so it just really takes out a lot, like a lot of enemies at once. So yeah, so that's that. Uses energy ammo, of course. But then I got the Husk Warper, probably the best hardware in the game. Now, eliminating an enemy creates an expanding range damage that can only occur every 4 seconds. But yeah, I was so excited to try this weapon out because, as you can see, it says black hole, heavy attack that pulls Husk towards the hammer before dealing damage. So excited to test this out, and at first I was not a huge fan of it. But then I upgraded it, and man, I use this weapon my main melee used to be Spectral Blade, but I actually use, Spectral Blade is still my favorite sword, and I still only have 2 main melees, my main hardware and my main sword. But this Husk Warper I have just been using, like not even my constructor class, I've been using it in any class and it just does really well. I got damage, heavy attack, energy, efficiency, crit rating, and crit damage. Um, all the retro sci-fi weapons are actually locked on energy. That's another reason for my Cyberclops class is really good. Um, but yeah, it has decent DPS, but not only that, just like how you can pull husks in, and you pull them all to you, it kills majority of them unless they're like really high power level or whatever. And then every 4 seconds it has the eliminating ring of damage. This thing just crowd controls like crazy, and it's so good. Um, and yeah, it has that cool, unique look of like all the retro sci-fi stuff. But then next up is a Plasmatron. Honestly, I think one of the most underrated weapons in the game at this currently. A lot of people don't use it and say that's like not that great, but honestly, like I've actually found a few people that absolutely love it, and this is kind of like a secret loved weapon. But I absolutely love this thing, especially with Cyberclops. So basically, I thought it was gonna be like it sounded like a ghost pistol, like projectile weapons and stuff. But basically, it actually shoots like little like rings of damage, and they expand as they go on. They only go for about like 2 tiles or so, but they actually pierce. So it's like the ghost pistol. It's projectile and they pierce, but it actually shoots like the fire rate is actually super fast. So um, it shoots about as fast as like basically like your burst, like this thing shoots like bursts of 4, but like it shoots like and that's basically as fast as this shoots. Like it was like choo 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 choo. um So yeah, so you have all those rings, and they get pretty big, and they're piercing enemies, and then also critical hits cause 7 exploding projectiles to scatter to the surrounding area. It is just the crowd control is insane, and this thing just tears through enemies. And there's no mag size or anything. I mean, there's like cooling rate, so every once in a very great while you gotta wait for it to recharge like a couple seconds. But other than that, you can just shoot and shoot and shoot until you run out of ammo, basically. But yeah, I got damage, cooling rate, crit damage, and crit rating. Because just for the critical hits cause the 7 exploding projectiles, but also when you're using it with Cyberclops, the shocking thing, like the shock chain reaction thing, it's just crazy. Like crowd control weapon. I mean, not including like explosive weapons and stuff. This is like the most crowd control weapon I've ever seen. And then next up is the shotgun that I was just talking about. The whole reason I added like a little shotgun subclass to my soldier class is because of this weapon right here. At first, I was not too excited for it because it sounded just like the helium shotgun, because they both use energy damage, and they say that it's piercing like slugs, so like kind of projectile weapons or projectiles. And so I was just like, that literally just sounds like the helium shotgun. But this thing shoots like I do like this, but this just completely blew it out of the water. Like if I'm gonna be using a shotgun, I don't know if I'll ever use a helium shotgun again, honestly, because the pulsar 9000 is just so much better. A lot of people don't like this weapon, but a lot of people do. A lot of people are saying that it's like the best shotgun in the game now. But basically, it actually shoots. I thought it was gonna shoot like once I heard that it shot rings, not balls of plasma. I thought it was gonna shoot like rings like the plasmatron, but it actually shoots like full on like circles. Um, and they are piercing. And then again, critical hits cause 7 exploding projectiles. Can occur every 3 seconds. Um, and then of course for the rolls, I got energy damage, reload speed, crit damage, and critical rating. Um, so yeah, so this thing pierces and the circle gets pretty big. Like I mean, it travels about 3 tiles or so. So the range is pretty short on this, but I mean, shotgun can't expect too much. Um, but it pierces in the explosions and stuff. The crowd control again is just insane on this, and the ring, how big it is. I mean, pretty much however many husks you can fit within 3 tiles, because the ring's about as wide as 1 tile as well, and about as tall. Like it's a little taller than like your character. So pretty much as many husks as you can fit in like 3 tiles long and 1 tile wide. It's I mean, it basically just shreds through all of them, and it's just insane how much. And the fire rate is really quick, and not only with the reload speed perk, even without the reload speed perk, this thing reloads very quick. So I mean, like literally, just like if you shoot it and reload, then you get the locked and reloaded, plus the critical damage from the buckshot raptor. And so this thing is just insane damage at that point. And then also like even if you use it with like the Outlander class, you got the shocking chain reaction again, of course. And last but not least, the Wraith. I've actually had it for a while, back when the military llamas came back out. A lot of people say this is the best assault rifle in the game, but I honestly like the Gamatron 9000 Wraith and Pain Trainer. Honestly, like Pain Trainer's always been my baby since I got it originally. But um, but honestly, they're all three of them are like tied for their own separate things. Because a Pain Trainer I like for just like fully automatic mowing down like mist monsters and stuff. Because of course I got like the mist monsters and the damage like 1.8 percent damage for 1 second that each shot fired that stacks up to 15 times. I just love full automatic mowing down for a full like damage build, damage, double damage rolls. But then the Gamatron I love for like the burst and also just the kind of like the crit damage, but also just the crowd control of it. But then the Wraith I just love for the crit build, because of course I got crit rating, and then double crit damage, and then reload speed and energy. So it doesn't have, as you can see, compared to these, the DPS is pretty doo-doo, especially for 130. Um, but this thing with the crit damage, especially with using it with my soldier class, once you get like any critical hits, like it's just like it probably mows down like or I wouldn't say mist monsters, but like any like I would say this thing's mainly meant for like huskies. Um, like I would say this thing's mainly meant for like just like any like husks and just like crowd control. This thing's meant for like just mowing down mist monsters and stuff. And then this is mainly for like huskies and whatnot, just does really good, but it also does causes affliction damage for 6 seconds. So most regular husks, if you shoot them, you can just like tap them once, and then the affliction damage ends up killing them. But also they use three different ammos, of course, energy, mini, and medium. So yeah, so these are all 130 god roll. So I remember back when I first got my pain train to 130 god roll, and I was so happy for my first 130 god roll. But yeah, we got a lot more now. Um, so yeah, but that is all for my schematics and stuff. So now my resources, you can see I did have a lot more legendary perk up and epic perk up. I actually got up to like 5,000 epic perk up and like 2,000 legendary perk up, maybe 3,000. But basically then I finally got the bundle bust, made that god roll, and then I was saving back up, but then I decided to make the Pulsar 9,000 god roll, and then I thought I was good, but then the Wraith. So now until there's more weapons, I want to make god roll, which might be a few more weeks. I'll just be saving up. But yeah, and then gold, I don't know if I'll ever have to worry about again because I have 15,000, and as you can see, like I don't even usually buy this much stuff from the shop. I was just buying stuff to buy to put in my collection book or just recycle for trading manuals or whatnot. And I still have 15,000, and like unless if I literally just buy everything in the shop for some reason, I don't think I'll ever run out of gold again. All my amp up, fire up, and frost up, training manuals, and all that, and then XP again, just like last season. I I'd honestly be astounded if I ever ran out of it again. You can see my hero XP and schematic XP and survivor XP. Like survivors are the only things I'm really upgrading anymore, and even that I like never run out again. Um, and then yeah, I did have like almost 400 legendary flux, but somehow I was like upgrading stuff in my collection book to just to like so I could level it up even more. And somehow I accidentally researched another survivalist Jonesy, so that kind of sucks because I already had him in my collection book. So yeah, so I wasted 100 training manuals and 100 legendary flux there. And then the other legendary 100 legendary flux I used because I had an epic race, so I unslotted it and then upgraded it to legendary. Um, so yeah, so that's all that. Transforms, I have never used one in my life, so those are all those. Collection book is now level 229. I believe max level is 300. But why that is because not only slotting stuff, but also pretty much any epic or legendary thing in my collection book, just about as you can see, is at least power level 34. And why I did that is just to upgrading stuff. You can also get up higher levels and whatnot, and you can see all the pages I have completed. I believe at the end of last season I only had like 2 or 3 pages completed, but I have quite a few pages completed now. Um, but yeah, so that's all. These are all the heroes I got from the extraterrestrial thing. Mainly what I was worried about is Cyberclops and the like all the weapons I wanted. But these are like from the llamas, not from the shop. But yeah, so all these other heroes are pretty garbage. The only one is Cyberclops. But yeah, even Azalea Clark, she was like one of the final. She was like the big main thing you got from the quest line, and yeah, like her perk is like, I mean, she can be good in some support squads, like with her increases ability energy damage and stuff, like in standard perk and space technology. But like other than that, like she's just not good. Her shock tower literally just goes down and it explodes. It doesn't even like shock and then explode. Um, and it's energy damage, so she's mainly meant for energy, like shock towers and stuff. So that's kind of useless. But then since she's a mythic, she gives like the perk that you can use on any classes. But all it is a little drone that follows you around in every 6 seconds. So it takes a while for it to shoot. It just shoots a little blast, and it's just at a random enemy, so it might awaken a smasher that you didn't even want to awaken in the first place. So yeah, so hopefully they fix her or something, because as of right now, she's just truly kind of useless. And then I believe the Tales of Beyond thing started this season. But if not, yeah, these are all the heroes. I got like the heroes from the quest line and from the shop and stuff. I just don't use any of them. And yeah, and that's all that stuff in the event schematics. Of course, I'm actually using these two. So I don't have them in my collection book, but I did get of course this extra Grammatron that I was talking about to put in there. So yeah, so the only things I don't have is I didn't get an extra legendary Husk Warper to put in my collection book, and Plasmatron 9000, and Deatomizer 9000, Astrobat 9000. You can only buy one from the collection book, or one from the item shop, so you can't really have an extra to put into your collection book. The only way you can have that is waiting until next year's year three birthday llamas and getting them from there to put in there or whatever. But yeah, I would say from the sci-fi thing, there was one bad weapon, which is the Astrobat 9000, mainly because there's no club-based heroes that like buff clubs, so that's kind of bad. But also like just the heavy attack, it takes so long to do. Like I really like how you're actually like from a bat for one time. You actually like hit an energy ball and there's like sound effects like you're hitting a baseball. It's really cool and it explodes and stuff, but it just like it does not do any damage, and like even swinging it regular or anything, like this thing just doesn't do any damage. No matter, even if you make the best class you possibly can, it just does not do any damage. And yeah, so that's a bad weapon. But like, I mean, like the Atomic Light Expander, Blasteron Mini, and Blasteron 9000, like they're all good weapons. It's just I wouldn't really use them. But I mean, I would understand if anybody was using them. But then the Husk Warper, probably the best hardware in the game. Gamatron 9000, probably without doubt best burst assault rifle in the game. And then Plasmatron 9000, it's just really really good. And then Deatomizer 9000, probably like tied for the best, if not the best launcher in the game. And then of course you got the Pulsar 9000, like the best shotgun in the game. Um, but yeah, so that's that and whatever else here. So yeah, so you can see all the other stuff I got from the llamas. Um, so yeah, I don't think I got any of them from the llamas. So yeah, so these guys did actually come up. So for completing one of the 14 days of summer challenges, I believe, you got Stars and Stripes Jonesy for free. And then the other challenges or heroes just returned to the shop. But then like some heroes I got from the from the llamas. It's like of course I was here for all these things. I'm using these two in my slots. But like I got an epic Sergeant Winters, Jolly Headhunter, Uncommon Warden Kyle, and all that stuff. Um, and then I actually got Plague Doctor Igor and Dire. Um, Along with for my year one birthday llama, one of the other things I got was Kyle the 13th, and I also got a legendary smasher if you survivor if you saw him in one of my survivor slots, survivor squad slots, and then I also got a legendary vacuum tube sniper rifle. Um, but then I also got a Sanguine Dusk. Sadly, even if I got an epic Beetle Jess, I could have just upgraded a legendary, but yeah, kind of sucks I didn't get her, but chances of that are pretty low. Um, I did see some people on the Discord that got her. I don't think I got any of them. Uh, Blockbuster Hero, Archaeologist, all four of these heroes throughout Season 9 returned to the item shop. So I just bought all four of them to put in my collection book. I didn't get any of the other ones. Uh, None of them, they're just like from the. I just got all these guys from like the military llamas when they returned. And then all these guys I got from the year 2 birthday llamas. I got Redline Ramirez. I got Whitefoot Fiona, or Whiteout Whiteout Fiona, and then I've already had Ragnarok, but I actually did get a second Thunder Thora, so I got one to put in my collection book. And same with Tactical Assault Sledgehammer, I actually got one to put in my collection book, and then I got Field Agent Rio. So, and then I actually do have Bladestorm Enforcer, of course, because it was one of the heroes I got with my hero recruitment vouchers, but I'm using in my Ninja Squad, and I haven't got a second one to put in my collection book yet. And then I got these. So why I don't have any of the rare ones is because you can only get epic and legendary stuff from the birthday llamas. And I was wondering because I was just like, I've literally gotten like 5 vintage tech pennies. I don't know why, because they're in my collection book. But I was wondering why aren't I at least even getting rare ones or something? But it's because you can't. But I still don't know why I was getting dupes of those ones. But yeah, so that's all of them that I got. Um, and then event schematics. For the ones that you could actually get from the birthday llamas, because you can get like military weapons since the military llamas just returned this season, or not too long ago. Can't remember if this is this season or not, but I got both of the duelists. I got the old Betsy, the bowler I had for a while. I can't remember how I got it, but I got it for a while. I've had it for a while. Got both Sir Hooties and both fishing hooks, and then I've had the Corsair and Jack's Revenge. I've had that set complete, yeah. Um, Medieval weapons, I've had all the legendaries for a while now since they first came out. I just, for whatever the reason, back when they were first in the game, I had all the epic and legendary versions for whatever reason, instead of putting the epic versions in my collection book, I recycled them. So all these epic versions I got from the birthday llamas, so I just need a epic smasher basher. I don't know why I didn't put them in my collection book to begin with, but alright. And then I got all these rat rod weapons from the collection book. The only thing I need now is an epic axle to complete that page. And then I of course have the lead sled and the rat's hat and uh, the other weapon, the Rat King. Those are the weapons that must have been in the shop or something back then that don't have places in the collection book. And then for my year 1 birthday llama, of course, vacuum tube sniper rifle there. Um, yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. So, could go through more, but unless if they add more levels to the collection book, I believe by the end of next season I should be level Elite 300, because I believe level 300 max. So yeah, so not only should I have max collection book level by the end of next season, but I should be, again, unless if they upgrade max power level, I should be max power level 131, which I honestly didn't think I was ever going to make it there, but alright. Um, so yeah, and then Tales of Beyond and Beyond the Stellar Horizon, completed both those quests. And then now all my side quests are gone. Don't have any of those. And but the new thing, of course, like with the launch of this season, the only like big new thing was war games, which at first I had no idea how to complete. Um, but then I was just like, oh yeah, it's just like traps and stuff, and they're actually really easy. And of course, the biggest thing on Save the World this season was AFK war games, grinding for those birthday llama tickets, which I did on Canny Valley. But then I actually, after I got done with my Twin Peaks SSD 10, because I believe at the end of last season I just had like my 8, 9, and 10, or just my 9 and 10, something like that to complete. But I just had to complete those, and I did, and then I set up for AFK War Games. So now my Twine base is my main one. It's actually really, really good. I got like, of course have like mastered my trap tunnels and stuff, so I'm like full on Save the World player. And now I can just sit there for the whole time, and no matter which direction they come from, I can just do full on AFK war games. Yes, that is pretty darn nifty, because not only does it give you tickets, but it also gives you perk up and gold and evolution materials and stuff. But honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it. I only did it a few times, like just while I was doing some other stuff, or just when I need a little bit more tickets. But there's some people that there's people with hundreds of thousands of tickets, and people like just like I've seen people on Discord, they literally just sit there all day every day just grinding AFK war games. And I actually like playing the game usually, and also like it kind of bugs me because if you go into missions, like a good majority of the time, like it's hard to find a mission that fills anymore, and when it does, it's just like an archaeologist or a fossil Southie that are just there to harvest or farm, and they don't like help out with the mission like whatsoever. So yeah, so that's kind of annoying. But I did hear something about that they're nerfing war games next season. To make it so it's not like that anymore. Um, so it kind of sucks, but at the same time it doesn't. But yeah, next season is supposed to be a big update for season 10, because of course emotes have been confirmed to come to Save the World. So like now, like any emote you have on Battle Royale, you'll also be able to use on Save the World. So that makes buying emotes a little more worth it. It's always been like worth it with emotes, but now it'll be even more worth it. Um, but also, there's rumored to be a whole locker, like you might be able to change your back blings, pickaxes, all that. So that's kind of crazy. Especially with like how the heroes and pickaxes work with Save the World. Um, and you like upgrade and get like different versions, whatever. But yeah, so that's all that. Throughout the course of season 9, there was a decent amount of war games, like almost every update. Um, and yeah, and you got like a banner icon for each one of them. Uh, and then all of a sudden 1 week they introduced this thing called endurance, which me and Brayton have just been doing all the war games, and so I was just like, all right, well, Canny Valley is my favorite one. So once that update comes, we'll just do the Canny Valley endurance real quick and call it good. But little did I know, it was some new endgame content, and man, endurance was like was probably the second most main thing in season 9. People doing it endurance and trying to get people their banner icons and whatnot. But now I would say the two rarest banner icons in the game are, first off, including Battle Royale and Save the World banner icons. One of them was the Frostnite Parallel 128 plus 30 waves because it went on for about 2.5 hours, and it was just how high level the husks are. You gotta like build very strategically and know what you're doing to set it up. And if you lose, you gotta start all over. It's the same thing with endurance. They go each one. There's one for Stonewood, Plankerton, Canny Valley, and Twine Peaks, and they each one of them go on for about 2 hours and 34 minutes or something around there. Um, and the husks get progressively higher. Twine Peaks they start at about power level 140 or 60 something, and they end at about power level 320. So that's the highest power level husk we have seen so far in Save the World, even on a power level 144 player. Um, so yeah, it's just insane, and Stonewood one is that's the only one I did on my base. And Brits and I built up my Stonewood base. We broke everything and rebuilt everything. Um, and it actually took us 3 tries because we had to learn like all the places that the husk came from and rebuild and just like or build to like take care of them and everything. But finally, me, Brayton, and one of this one person that we got on Discord to come join us, we finally went and did it. Uh, and then Plankerton I just joined on like I this other guy because my base Plankerton I just got my SSDs done and that's about it. And then I broke it down for Matt, so I didn't really have it set up for endurance at all. So I did it with a guy on Discord, and then Canny Valley was actually the last one I did. So Plankerton I just did. I just joined like on wave 15 and got it done on wave 30, but it's actually my least favorite banner icon. So Canny Valley was my favorite banner icon out of all of them, but Twin Peaks is actually my favorite one, not only just because it's like the biggest flex one, but also it's just grown on me and I like a lot more. And then Stonewood's actually my second favorite one, just because like it grew on me and also I have like a special place for it since it was the only one that I actually did on my base and fully set up, and it took us 3 tries and everything. But then Twin Peaks was actually the third one that we got. I tried with my friend Carly C on his base. Um, I actually tried it 3 times, I believe, with him. The first time, just the UFO around wave 25, just we couldn't shoot down the UFO fast enough, and it just destroyed stuff. And then some propanes blew up right next to the amp, and then some husks got in. And then the third time, I was clearing propanes, and then all of a sudden, around. It was unexpected and it started on that same amplifier, and I didn't realize that real quick. And Carly kind of just mumbled into his mic and said like out or something, and so I didn't hear it, and then I hit a propane tank right into a blaster's blast, and it blew up the whole trap tunnel, and then they got the amplifier pretty quick. But the second time, like wave 20 through 30, my heart was beating, and it was like it was super intense. And if you guys are thinking like, oh wow, you just went on a guy's base to leech, no, actually I didn't. It wasn't AFK at all. We had to all be there the whole time, and basically I went through like quite a few um tools like shovel or whatever to clear propanes, um because this one guy got kicked after like arguing with Carly and stuff, um and so then it was my job. So like for the last 6 waves or so I cleared all the propanes, and that took forever. And then also on wave 25 I had to keep walls up around the amplifier, so no husks will get in, just the smashers, and we don't have to worry about the smashers or epic mini bosses or anything because they don't actually damage the amplifier itself or miss monsters. But not only while it was doing that, every time a UFO came, I would have to build the walls and shoot the UFO. Um, so yeah, so it was very intense, and it was really crazy. And I also had to keep my base up and keep the walls around from smashes on other amplifiers. And I also had to, uh, on that one, I wasn't Sub-Zero Zenith. I actually had to bull rush. I actually used like nice slow field on epic mini bosses, and then on the ones where we could, me and this other guy actually bull rushed the epic mini bosses into the lava. So yeah, so I actually, and then after that, the only one I needed last, I was only going to get one of them, and I did not think I was ever going to get the Twin Peaks Endurance. In my opinion, it's the second most rare one, just because I would say it's just as hard and as intense as the Frost Knight one. But the thing about the Frost Knight one is it's basically like doing your Twin Peaks SSD 10, or it's like doing Twine Endurance because it still goes on for 2.5 hours, but it's like doing Twine Endurance, but if the husks were lower power level but still decently power leveled, um, but then you're building the base as you go. And so yeah, you gotta like it because with twine endurance, like you build your base and then do it, but just the husks are much higher higher power level. Because on the Frost Knight, the husk only got up to like 2.5 hundred, something like that. Um, but yeah, so I'd say it's they're pretty darn close, but those are probably the two rarest banner icons in the game. So yeah, that's why I was saying why it's like my most accomplished one is not only do I have all 40 SSDs done, but I completed all four endurance things. I got to max level on Save the World, almost max level on my power level, um, and then also I got like my new main banner icon for Battle Royale, of course level 100, but now my new main banner icon for Save the World, the Twine Peaks Endurance one, which we'll show this in a second. But first off, yeah, this the other things, an update on these challenges. Of course, Hold the Door I actually completed. Finally, like stage 20, I believe this last one. So that's what I was talking about. The only way I can get V-Bucks now is through my daily rewards and daily quests now. So yeah. But yeah, Talented Builder. That's how close I am now. Guardian Angel, World Explorer. Plays well with others, and Unspeakable Horrors I said I might have by the end of the season, last season, and I was darn close. By the end of next season, I will definitely have this. I'll probably have this a couple days into season 10, if anything. But yeah, because I literally only need just under 1,000 more Mist Monsters. But yeah, very close to that one. The other one's still not even really close to at all. Yeah, so that's that. Still a main quest, but I've just kind of been doing them when I need to, cause or when I do them, cause I there's not really anything that I need from them or anything. Um, but yeah, and also at the end of last season, I was showing how at power level 100 or something, you can do any mission in the game, and I was saying that'll be like at next season, unless if they change it up and add higher power level missions. And yeah, it was like that. There's actually a decent amount of missions that I couldn't do in Twin Peaks. There's like two right here or something, and then like two right here, and then like three right here, and then three right here, and then like these last three right here. But luckily, by the end of the season, once again, you guys never even saw me not being able to play any of the missions, because now I can play all the missions again. And it took them a few seasons to add higher power level missions, so yeah, I think I should be able to play all the missions in the game for quite a while now. Because to play every mission, you need to be at least power level 122. Because to do these power level 140, like 4-player missions, you need to be power level 122, and these are the highest missions you can do so far. So yeah, so that's how Twin Peaks looks now. It's like a horseshoe. Um, yeah, so and then of course I have all 10 things done, and if you want some proof here on endurance, you can see the three different things. But yeah, so we did do wave 30 out of 30 on my base. So yeah, it's like Italy, like the Italy flag or Italy Italian colors. And then Plankerton, of course, I just didn't even try on my base, so didn't have that. And then Canny Valley, we actually did try. We actually got to wave 10. That when we did that was actually when me and Bridgeton thought that we could just do it and get it done with. Yeah, it didn't end too well, but I'm surprised we even made it to wave 10 out of 30. And I did try it on Twin Peaks. Of course, my Twin Peaks base, since I already had the banner, it's not set up for endurance. It's set up for war games. I could set it up for endurance and probably do endurance on my base, but I just don't feel the need to, because since I have the banner. But I did try it just on my war games setup, and I surprisingly got to wave 5. I was expecting to get to like wave 2 or 3, because my base, of course, it's set up for like denied husk swarm, and other endurances, so it's not fully set up for like mist monsters and stuff. Um, but it can handle mist monsters, but once they get up to like 200 something, then yeah, my base is not built for that high power level of mist monsters. Um, so yeah, so again, like those are my survivors there. So yeah, so and then my like my inventory 101 out of 600, and then my backpack. I just have some extra Santa's helpers from Canny Endurance Run. And those are just the weapons I'm currently holding on to, but yeah, I just have those. That for like my movement speed, and then my main sword and hammer. Um, And then I just carry defender posts. Because I actually got defenders, I believe, this season. I never used them. I actually still don't usually use them, but when I do, I now have a 130 bruiser and a 130 sniper. So I can use like my super shredder, my boom bow, and then my husk warper or my spectral blade. So just when I do use them, I have defender posts already ready to go. I just carry 50 on me. And then yeah, these are all my materials here. So yeah, definitely have a lot more bright core and sunbeam. And as you guys know, I don't. I actually very rarely trade. If anything, I usually just trade for some mechanical parts. But I never trade for weapons. The only time I did that was when I was trying to complete sets. In my storage back when I did that, and back in Plankerton and Stonewood, because that's what those people do, is trade weapons. uh, but yeah, so doing pretty darn good on everything. I need to go like on a private farming mission, unlike all the archaeologists and stuff that just farm on public missions. Whenever I go on a farming mission, I just farm in like private missions by myself. But I need to get somewhere like efficient. But yeah, have lots of twine like always, and just overall doing pretty darn good on most everything. And this is even after all those endurance runs and everything, rebuilding my base for uh, um, war games and all that. Just the good thing is, no matter what, if you lose or fail, war games or SSDs or endurance or whatever, if you fail or win or lose your storm shield, when you come back in, everything's reset, including trap durability, which is very nice because then like after you just have to reset stuff all the time, and I remember back on like if you failed, you had to reset, you had to rebuild so much stuff, and it was like a disaster when you failed SSD or whatever. Um, so I believe the last things we have to show on Save the World is the banner icon. So that's my main one, of course, Twine Peaks Endurance. But you can see I now have a scroll wheel on my special. So of course it's doing the fuzzy thing, but the ones I will show without fuzz is the endurance ones. But yeah, so these are the only two like quest ones that I have so far. But of course by the end of next season I will have the Unspeakable Horrors one, and maybe some of the other ones eventually, but not for a while still. Probably not by the end of next season. But then from all the or actually, you guys know these two. This used to be my main banner icon for Save the World. These are my two Frost Knight banner icons that I managed to get. But then of course I got like all the weapons and heroes you could get from Save the World. Like literally the only things I didn't get was the pop shot and the Tree of Light. Um, but then from War Games, you got the Denied one, which is just like anomalies appear and you have to stay away from them, else and they can shock you and kill you. And then you got like Safety Zone, where you had to like stay in certain places and like rely on your traps to take care of the husk while you, or the enemies while you, like kind of, you had to not only keep track of your amplifiers, but you had to keep track of, there's four of these little like mini amplifier shield things, and you had to keep track, and you had to keep at least one alive. It didn't matter if the other three died. And then hot spots, basically these little lava pools form that damage buildings, and they also, if husks walk over them, they turn them into fire elemental husks, and they also damage you if you stand on them. And then I don't know what this one's called. Some asteroids ones. It's basically just regular war games, but then every once in a while there will be like uh, meteor showers, and you have to shoot little meteors, and then it ends with either a meteor flurry where you have to shoot down a whole bunch of meteors, or a giant meteor which you have to like spend a mag or two shooting down a giant meteor. So yeah, pretty easy war games there. And then you have one of the most recent ones. I can't remember what it's called already, but it's basically right on top of your main shield or main amplifier or whatever, a radioactive zone would form, so you'd have to stay. So over time, throughout each of the two waves, you would have to move away from your amplifier, and it would kind of push you into the battle. So you had to you have to like uh, like not only rely on your traps, but rely on you fighting and stuff. But one of my least favorite banner icons, that's just, we've already seen like from one of the founders packs or whatever. Already like a radioactive thing right there, logo, and this one's pretty much just that with like a little half circle, semicircle, and then you got mist pods. This banner icon looks kind of weird. But yeah, it's just like Mist mods, and basically it's just like regular war games, but then every once in a while a Mist pod would spawn, and then you'd have to destroy it, or else a Mist monster would spawn in. And then Double Trouble, you got like two smashers with that, and it's basically regular like husks and stuff. But then there was two smashers that were like invincible and had like special power ups and stuff. So basically, it's pretty easy as long as you don't have like walls that smashers constantly smash through. Um, but yeah, then yeah, this one probably the most unique and crazy war games. This is what I was talking about on Wave 25 of Twine Endurance. Um, the UFO, I can't remember what this one's called either. Invasion, I believe. But basically, it's like regular war games, but then every once in a while, like a literal like giant UFO form flies into to the sky above you, and then you have to destroy it. You have to work together to destroy it, because if you don't destroy it in time, it like shoots down a beam, like usually right on top of trap tunnels. And it like no matter what power level or no matter what level your builds are, it smashes right through them. And it spawns in a very strong like Mist monster, like retro sci-fi, like the blasters, how they got like reskin for them. It's basically one of them, but like a epic mini boss version. And yeah, then you got uh this one. I can't remember what this one's called either. But yeah, um, quantum countdown, I believe. But yeah, it's basically like a bomb coming out of a portal, because you have to protect a bomb while it's and then every once in a while it teleports to a new place on your base. And then you have Hexed, where basically every once in a while you would like start getting poison and damage, and then like this little like uh kind of curse thing would show up on your screen, and you would have to go and destroy this little like totem thing to stop. And then you got Torn Apart, which basically tornadoes flew around your base, and if you got stuck in one, they would fling you really high up into the sky. And unlike the little dust devils on Canny Valley, you do take fall damage with these. So yeah, unless if you have an Outlander with phase shift or whatever, or Ninja, they can, or you land on something higher up close to it, then yeah, you kind of just fall to your death or get very hurt. And then you got this one, again, can't remember what it's called, but basically there's these doors that would spawn closer to your amplifiers or whatever, and they would teleport husks, so unless if you destroyed it quickly, they would just start teleporting a lot of husks, and they take a decent amount of time to destroy. But then all four of the endurance banners, so here is the Stonewood one, wait for that to clear up, but basically it's just like a flexing person, but flexing like down. And then my least favorite one, the Plankerton one here. He's just doing like that weird flex, whatever. Kind of looks like he's doing some sort of Egyptian dance. I don't even know. I just don't. That's my least favorite one, because like his like position pose thing, but also it's not symmetrical like the other ones. And then this is the Canny Valley one. The last one I did. Because of course I did Stonewood, Plankerton, Twine, and Canny. So that's the Canny Valley one, and then the Twine Peaks one. My main one just like flexing, almost looking like he's about to smash something. But yeah, so that is all the banner icons. Figured I would go over there. So yeah, so I have Battle Royale, and then Special, and then of course those are my Founders ones, because I just have the first two packs, and then the standard ones. Um, so yeah, that is pretty much it. I believe I talked about and showed everything. So honestly, I kind of feel like this may be the longest end of season results video. So that kind of sucks. I'm gonna have to kind of have it sit here and screen record, because these videos don't export properly, so I have to have them screen record. If you're wondering why there's always like the thing on the bottom of the screen. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to have screen record for a while, and this is gonna be a very long video. So if you're still watching, then you might want to go get checked out for not being a human, because nobody watches all of these all the way through. But yeah, so. Overall, until next season's end of season results video, that is pretty much it. But the reason why this one is so long, of course, there's a lot more stuff going on Battle Royale, just like Season 7 with all the events and stuff going on. But also, not only that, I just accomplished the most out of I've ever accomplished on Save the World now. But now I'll probably kind of slow back down, just because, I mean, there's like Season 10 is supposed to be a pretty big update, or Season X or whatever. It's supposed to be a pretty big update for for Save the World, but overall, just like the power level and stuff, it won't be that big. Mainly, I'll just be getting like more 130 God roll weapons and whatnot. So that's pretty much it for this video. Finally, so make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Bye. don't know about you, but I'm finna go blow up this whole cactus farm over here.
Well, I'm kind of worried because this one's getting attacked from the south, which is ideal.
Yeah. Oh
We
my
need
god.
a base ASAP.
I'm gonna crash us.
Please don't.
Yeah, that one would have been ideal if that blew up throughout the thing. Alright, well that's enough lag here.
What?
I have an idea. Are you sure about that?
I'm spamming airstrikes on the both entrances and trying to people are trying to get it done. Burn, you're gonna have to cover me.
So smoky, I can't see up there.
Oh, shoot.
Like a Borg's prank.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh, okay, buddy. How'd you just die? Oh my god. We're allowed to be inactive.